live, and we're
wrong,
and we're like.
Let me ask you something, please.
If you want to,
Let me ask you something, please.
get in on the Discord. Get in on Discord. Okay, we're live. We're fully live. We're live. We're live here.
God bless you. Wrong.
Get another. We're here taking your calls. We're here taking your calls. New York City election over.
For one day.
We're gonna watch some. Let's watch some videos. Let's see what people are saying about it. See what people are saying about it. Who do we got? Let's try Megan. I feel like Megan Kelly's gonna say something funny about this. Let's check that. Let's check Meg. Let's check the Megster. Whoa!
Good morning,
Listen to that
everyone.
beat.
I'm Megan Kelly. It's
Look at
Wednesday,
my
November
penis.
5th, 2025, and this is your
This is
AM
audio
update.
only.
Tonight,
Couldn't do video,
against
huh,
all
Megan?
odds, we have grasped it. The future is in our hands.
Megan couldn't
My
have.
friends, we
Couldn't
have
be bothered to
toppled
do
a
video.
political dynasty.
New York City elects a 34-year-old socialist Muslim mayor in a stunning,
they did
though
not.
anticipated race against a former governor.
Here in
That's a
New
lie.
Jersey, we know that this nation has not ever been, nor will it ever be, ruled by kings.
In New Jersey, Democrat Mikey Sherrill beats Republican Jack Chetarelli.
Get to it, Megan. Get to it. What is this crap? Let's check.
Ago
Tim.
is frankly, it's disgusting and it's pathetic. It's pathetic how
is why
sad
this-
Republicans are willing to like drop
Whoa!
their guy and how
Oh, things are going crazy over at the
Look at my penis.
compound.
hop
Calm
on
down,
board with
guys.
a guy who
They're
literally
turning
hates their
on
guts
each
and would
other.
have called them a fascist.
Or
kill their grandparents.
Curtis Lewa was also like counter-signaling the president a lot, and during these debates, he was saying that he wouldn't cooperate with ICE and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
because
he
Andrew
necessarily-
Cuomo's never counter-signaled the President Trump before.
Well, fine, but he's a Democrat.
shut
so
up,
you can
man.
Expect that more
Calm
than
down.
Like, if this guy's a Republican and we're supposed to be backing him, but he's not going to cooperate with like Trump's ICE deportations. I don't know if that's
They straight up said, "Don't deport illegal immigrants."
Yeah, I don't know if that's a guy worth like throwing.
He was
away
trying to
behind.
counter-signal the president insofar as that's what you have to do in New York City to win.
Don't care.
What does it matter if?
literally don't
What does
care.
it matter if you don't back Cuomo then?
get
Like,
Then,
Tim.
if that's the case, Donald Trump should intervene in New York and just take it over under some kind of emergency declaration.
Oh, cool, man. Can't wait. Can't wait for that to definitely happen. Okay. Let's get into the Discord. Where the hell is the Discord? The Discord is gone. Sorry, guys. The Discord is gone. Okay, there it is. Okay. Let's take your calls. Let's take your calls. What is this guy's name? What is this guy's name? Chick Daney. Okay, Chick Daney.
Oh, hello.
You gotta be
Is that
kidding.
all
You
right
gotta
now?
be goddamn kidding me with this. Hold on. Hold on.
Is everything all right, Mr. Brown?
Man, I love audio visual stuff and how it works perfectly every time.
Every time.
I love.
My favorite part is that they're audio and visual.
Unbelievable. Goddamn believable. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, I could hear you before and I can hear you now. You are all good on my end, sir.
Chick Daney, what's going on? You passed. You passed on.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of it's sad. I didn't live to see Mom Donnie win and save New York City, which for the record would be nothing without pizza.
Nothing
Let's
with
be very clear
exactly.
about that.
New York City is nothing without pizza.
Exactly.
No, I'm just sitting here being on the one hand, I'm here in the great city of Washington D.C. on the 36th day of the goddamn shutdown, watching everything around me fall apart. And on the other hand, watching the fucking great results from election night last night. So things suck, but things are also pretty good, you know.
Oh, you're right, Chick Danny, and we're all saddened. We're all deeply saddened to hear of your passing. He passed away. Chick Danny, he passed on. Let's see what else.
If the point is,
whoa, hey, calm down, man. Already this guy's coming in way too hot. Okay, he's really fired up about this election in a city that he lives a billion miles away from. Okay, let's see.
That they are going to keep bringing in illegal immigrants and giving them some kind of lawful entrant status to alter
Then they'll have to come in, and I'll say to them,
look at my penis.
Fundamentally, the structure of our government and our election system, I call that seditious conspiracy, and Trump should go Lincoln on New York.
Every single one of these sanctuary cities are, you have to think about it this way.
Who's this
Every
dweeb?
illegal immigrant that the Democrats bring in, they are disenfranchising Americans. Every single one is further disenfranchising Americans of their votes
Let's
and
hear
of their...
Phil. Where's Phil? Phil's probably all worked up in his little trousers about this. Let's see.
They're not talking about democracy that includes conservatives or includes people that disagree with them. They're talking about only with the people that...
No,
they
I
don't
gotta
care
hear
about
the
either.
full Phil.
Because
I gotta hear
when they
full
say
Phil.
our democracy, they're not talking about democracy that includes conservatives or includes people that disagree with them. They're talking about only with the people that agree with them.
They're talking about something they
Whoa.
own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
They're talking about they own democracy, and other people voting don't own democracy. That's why Donald Trump winning the popular vote, winning all of the swing states, and they still swear up and down that our democracy is in danger.
Oh, man. These guys are worked up. They're upset. They're upset. These guys are upset, man. Let's hear PBD. Check PB.
So, what are your thoughts on what happened last night with New York City, Barry?
Well, first of all, when you look at the numbers, pretty good chance.
I'm sorry. Who's this guy? Who is this? Who is this?
Huh?
Who are these? Who is it? Are we supposed to know who this is? Is this a magician? All right, PB.
Chance that he would not have won if, let's just say, it was either Sliwa or Cuomo had backed out.
Okay.
So that's one. So I'm not so sure this is a mandate that that New York City totally got behind and wanted.
Got it.
His speech, I think it pretty much speaks for itself. You know,
Right.
it's not a unifying speech. It's not something that that is we're gonna work together. This is a very divisive speech, and I don't.
I like they're all saying this. They're like, the guy's very divisive, man. The guy's speech, the guy's speech is a little divisive, dude. And then Tim Pool's on the channel like, we should go in there. We should take over the city. Okay, all right. That would be funny. Like a bunch of those, like a goofball, like incompetent, incompetent sort of. What would we call them? Let's just say, maybe not the most coordinated group of individuals, like ICE guys going in there and just like immediately getting lost. They're trying to figure out how they're like on the subway. They immediately end up in like New Jersey or something. Okay.
Think that portends good things when you're being divisive.
Yeah, and if you look at this here, Tom, this is the numbers. Mamdani, 50%, 1,006,000 votes. Cuomo, 831,000 votes. Sliwa, 143. If you combine the two together, puts it at 975-ish. So would have lost by 30,000 votes. I don't know what the rest is, if there's a couple other things on the bottom, but some other chart said that there was a chance if Sliwa would have stepped out for Mamdani to win. Having said that, Tom, what do you think about what happened last night? How big of a victory is this? Because I
love when he kicks it over to Tom. Okay, Tom. Hey, Tom, what do you have to say about this? And then Tom goes, Huh? And then Tom goes, What?
I got a lot of thoughts about this, which I'll share here in a minute. But what are you thinking, Tom?
Well, if I just look at the numbers were tightening up over the last 2 weeks. And they were tightening up because finally Andrew Cuomo was running a campaign that was sort of had been a little tone deaf and a little bit stale, I think.
No, you take that back, Tom.
As you felt the same way. We were calling for him to do it.
Cuomo
And he
like
tightened it up. And it was this was supposed to be a 14 to 16 point spread. It's an 8-point spread right now. So this tightened up significantly. So number one, I agree with Barry. This is not a mandate. But number two, what really worries me, listen to his speech. This is authoritarian speech.
You know what I'm trying to say.
This is the kind of call and response. It's a dog whistle back to the kind of the Mussolini days and the kind of things that he promised to the people there. Now, he was a terrible, terrible despot, but listen to how he gained power and what he promised to the people. Free this and make the trains run on time. Very famous and all that.
What are people saying in these PB comments? Canada's completely gone. This guy on top. London fell. Canada's completely gone. New York is falling. Whoa! I'm a first-generation legal immigrant and cannot believe what is happening to my beloved America. No, whoa. Okay. I like when Tom speaks, this guy says. Okay. All right. Well, excuse me, sir.
And you know what really was alarming to me, and there's a lot of these out there, Rob, I just sent it to you. Look at this, Pat. This is an intern, and this is confirmed. She is an intern, and this is current. So by all sources that we looked at, this is not AI, and this is not something from time gone by. But look at this. Okay. This is all jihad. This is all abadah. This is all counted by Allah. How committed I am to this. What am I willing to sacrifice for the noble cause?
Whoa,
what they're
calm
saying
down,
is,
Tom.
She is saying this is the start of holy war and jihad.
Somebody in the chat says, Zohran is exactly Mussolini. That's amazing analysis. Yeah, Tom is always like, you're not just going to get a guy. What do you think, Tom? Hey, hold on. To that commenter, what do you think Tom is? Some kind of guy who's just half asleep, barely awake? Seems hit on the head. Also, can we acknowledge Tom's haircut? What is the deal with that? What is the deal with Tom's haircut? What does Tom call that cut? What do you call that cut?
Jihad in America. I'm not making that up. That's what she said in her language, her words. And so they say, now listen to Mandami. He's not there to unify. He's not there to reach across the aisle. He is telling people exactly what they're doing. Dismantle, turn the page, listen to the verb words. This is
radical, let's just say T word rhetoric, like turn the page. Is that legal? Is that legally allowed? I don't think so, man. I don't think so, man. I'm not a lawyer, but he should definitely be in jail for saying we're gonna turn the page. Anything else, Tom? So you could go back to sleep?
This is scary. This is the same wave that happened in Minneapolis, outside of the view of so many Americans, and what's happening there. This is heavy, Pat. This is not just about the mayor of New York City and how Cuomo should have started the campaign differently and sooner. This is that people in New York City were realizing it. It was tightening up, but it was too late, and now they got it.
Okay.
And you listen to what
Tom,
they're saying.
Get a little boring here.
They're coming. They're saying we're coming.
You're putting everybody
We're not here
to sleep,
to unify
Tom.
with you. We are coming, and there is a higher calling and a jihad, and we're coming to change you.
We're here to take it down.
Right.
Who is that guy?
They're being very open. And again, from everything we've been able to find, Rob and I looked, she is the intern. Those were her words, and that was last night.
She said that last night, Rob?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, because this came out 15 hours ago.
Let me hear it. Let me just hear what she says.
The true believer knows that none of this is in vain, that this is all jihad, that this is all ibadah, and that this is all counted for by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so the conversation of doxing, the conversation of getting arrested and suspended, I think it's time for Muslims to start to say, all right, so what? Do what you want.
I think we got the PBD angle. The PBD angle on this. I gotta get a little. Is there any more Tom? I gotta get a little more. Oh, I love this guy. Hold on, let's check this. Let's peep this guy.
This is Van Jones. Watch this one here. Go ahead.
We're here. listening to reactions.
Scott?
Oh. Are you saying he wasn't the unifying voice of a
wow, Van Jones. I can't wait. Okay,
generation that you predicted mere moments ago?
Like he doesn't know what to say.
Where was the man that you predicted would not slice and dice the other? Guys, he started his
CNN.
speech.
This CNN. This is what they're doing on CNN. CNN is like, oh, hey, we'll get somebody. We got to be fair, so let's get somebody who's just an absolute far left intellectual like Van Jones, and then this idiot, whoever this moron is, who's just like a bonked in the head lunatic. That's CNN. That's CNN.
Paul Davidson.
Throw it in the dumpster. Throw all this meat. I mean, what is CNN doing still existing? CNN does not have a right to exist. All parades have a right to exist. CNN, what's the point? Wrap it up. Trash, garbage, waste of
By
everyone's
quoting
time.
Eugene Debs, who ran for president of the United States 5 times
Mookie
as the
Betts
Socialist
Davidson.
Party of America candidate. He repeatedly attacked
been
people
on
in
Google,
this. No, I know my socialists. I keep a close eye on them. I work here.
What are they talking about?
So here's the thing. He went after everybody that he thinks is a problem. People who own things, people who have businesses. He said an interesting quote. No problem too large for government to solve.
Or too small. Important.
And so when you think of the world that way, that
pretty stupid, right? CNN, pretty stupid crap. It's like somehow CNN is even stupider than Paul Bet Davidson. Wow, amazing. Okay, wait, let's take a few calls before we get back to these beautiful reactions. These beautiful and very, informative, kind of like, oh, we're really going to learn something from these beautiful reactions. That guy, Sai. Are you there?
Hi.
Hello, Sai.
What an honor to be here.
Oh my God, is that sarcastic? You take it back, man.
No, I've been trying to call you for a long time.
Oh, well, what's up, Sai?
Well, there's a couple things I want to tell you.
Okay.
Okay,
do one.
so
do one of these things.
Okay.
Do the most
Number
important one.
Most important.
Okay.
Is, do you know about free and open source software?
I don't know. I don't think I know enough. What's a good one? I know I have
do you know
some.
what Linux is?
Linux related.
Yeah. So it's like a whole philosophy, and I like to advocate for it.
Okay, so I should get on Linux.
You might have a hard time since you do video production.
I can write. How about I write my own video editing software? I'll write it. I'll just write my own.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There goes Sai. There goes Sai with a message of unity. Stop using Windows or Apple crap and start using Linux. Okay. Okay. I'll do it. I have endless free time, so I'll do that. What's Joe? Let's see what Joe is saying. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this guy. He goes by the name of Is Joe. Let's check him out. It's podcast. Check this goddamn thing out, man.
You're a little baby.
She spit on him.
Let me ask you something, please. Wrong.
How are you, sir?
Oh, we got Russell Crowe.
Good to see you. Rogan. Yeah, good to see you.
Joe really is aggressive. Him personally. Joe is very aggressive with the copyright. Let's just say flagging people. You know what I mean?
New York has elected a Muslim.
I like this guy because he's like the least convincing con artist. How many views did he get on this? 14,000, in 1 hour. Okay.
New York has elected a Muslim communist mayor. Virginia makes a guy who wants to kill Republicans and our kids. It's top law enforcement.
Man. Jesus. Can't say that on YouTube, bro.
Official. It was a clean sweep for Democrats. But there is a silver lining to the storm cloud of an election night. I'm Michael Knowles.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Are you in a haunted mansion? Why do all their sets look like this? Why do all the Daily Wire guys' sets look like this? Oh, I mean, you know, if it were 1950, what like, I don't know, what would my den would look like? I want to go back to, is that what they're saying? I want to go back to the age of dens. Anyway.
See ya.
Nice to see you, man.
Your movie's great.
Thank you very much.
When does it come out?
In the United States, it comes out November 7th.
All right.
And then various dates over the next month and a half or so around the rest of the world.
Fucking heavy movie, man.
Hey, Jesus, Joe. Are you kidding me? You trying to get us all flagged, Joe? Let's see if he talks about that.
So I think it's a very interesting...
Okay, it's just Russell Crowe peddling whatever stupid crap he made. All right. What's this name? Okay. Ours is the Fury 42. Are you there?
Hello?
Hello? Fury.
Hi.
Fury.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a calling from under a blanket. Go ahead.
Hold on just a second. I'm,
Okay. What do you think he's doing? What do you think Fury's doing? Hold on for a second. Let me get out from underneath the let me get out from underneath the water of the pool that I'm calling from, and my head's under the water. I'm using a waterproof microphone. D, are you there? D?
Hold on.
Hi. Out from under D. Oh, okay, great. I could hear my little rat-like voice. Great. That's good for me. That's great for me. So happy to hear about that. So happy to hear about that. Let's get some more reaction. Let's get some more reaction, man. Surprising how stupid CNN is. Okay, let's get more.
Because they didn't get the democratic result that they wanted. It's not
Shut up,
about
Phil.
democracy. They're full of it. They're lying to you. It's all about them retaining power.
Yeah.
I'm going to haunt you.
To what Tim was saying, I don't know if it's necessarily time to go full Lincoln.
Okay.
Maybe that's not a bad idea,
Maybe
but
that's
I think
bullshitting a little bit.
why have none of these sanctuary cities been like the mayors, Mayor Brandon Johnson or Pritzker?
Go to jail.
Or Hochul. Why have they not been like charged? You are harboring a legal enemy. Like you are harboring like illegal foreigners. It is an invasion.
This is about what I expect. This is about what I would expect. They're just kind of telling their audience what they want to hear. Oh, we're gonna get them. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna get them. Okay. All right, man.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Wasting
that's what it is. Why have they not been charged? I don't know. Like, oh, we're just gonna like go in there. Well, if they don't want to cooperate with ICE, then why do Democrats get to choose which laws they do and do not follow? Either we live in a republic and we talk like we have the rule of law, or we don't. And if we don't, then it's time to get serious. We need to.
Okay, guys, please prepare to get owned by the name of this next caller. Your mom. Your mom, are you there? Okay. You're dead. Okay, now I'm owned. Now I'm owned by him.
Ooh, gotcha.
Whoa, your mom. What's going on, your mom?
Your mom, Dami.
Go. Whoa.
Oh, gotcha.
For one day.
Oh, I'm getting ready on the side of a riverbank right now to float down a nice blue river and, just listen to podcasts about Zohran's wins.
Wow, you're gonna float the river.
Float the river, doing my weekly routine of float the river and listen to podcasts.
Okay, this is what I heard, and I wanted to let you clear this up publicly, but what I heard is that when you do this, and I would like to note that it is a weekday, when you do this, you, let's just say, enjoy a few too many drinks, and it becomes a problem for the local community near the river. Would you like to address these allegations?
Yeah, I'd like to address these. Drinking on the river is fine. However, there is a big save it for the shore movement going on in town.
Okay.
To prevent boat crashes.
Right.
But,
right.
That kind of takes away from one of the most fun parts of floating on the river is just getting a little bit drunk. So I don't know. You got to find your happy medium.
Okay, so you're doubling down on this. People are saying, "Hey, can you stop getting drunk and causing boat crashes?" And you're saying it's too much fun to stop. So a message of unity, another message of unity from your mom. He ain't going to stop with that. So how do you feel?
No, I gotta prove him wrong.
How do you feel? Have you seen any funny reactions to this victory in New York City?
It's been fun, seeing what some of the corporate media has been saying. I just saw a really funny meme from Reductress that had Hakeem Jeffries and some other guy from CNN, I think Jake Dapper. But it was establishment Democrats just not sure if Mamdani went about decisive, crushing victory the right way.
Very good. Very good. All right. Well, hey, have fun on the river. Your mama. Have fun on the river. Don't cause too much trouble for the local community, okay?
I will. I'll make sure to float right.
Okay. And you just throw your empty bottles and cans into the water, okay?
Yeah, it'll all go somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. They'll figure it out. This is him when he's done with those bottles and cans. He just goes like this.
Something like that.
Okay. We're here. We're here at the top of the hour. Checking in with these reactions. Check out. You know what? Let's see what Tom.
Let's talk strategy. If Christians in the world were in the business of going and converting everybody else,
right?
And they started targeting Muslims may be targeting the Western ideology. What if we targeted their ideology? What city would you go after? What's the number one city when you think about Muslims? What is the number one city in the world? Think about the number one city in the world for Muslims. Where is it? Tell me the city. What do you think?
Dallas, Texas.
I'm asking. Is it Mecca? Is it? What would you say is the number one city? El
Paso.
Would you say pick it? Is it Mecca? Is it Saudi? Is it Tehran? Is it?
You know what? This is I don't know how anybody listen. Does PBD have any serious listeners? Could you imagine seriously? Get to the point, man. He's stuck in this. I gotta keep people on the phone mode. He's stuck in the phone sales. Let me just burn as much time as I can with crap and dumb rhetorical questions to keep people on the phone. I don't know how anybody sits through this crap seriously.
Whatever that city is.
Patrick.
Imagine if you go.
Enough bullshitting,
and you take that city over, and the leader of that city is officially Christian. What's the likelihood of this happening? What's the likelihood of a Christian capitalist taking over Mecca? What is it? You know what the likelihood is? 0. Right. So check this out. Flip it. If the Islam.
They're framing. What is this? Okay, so this is what they're doing. I mean, I guess this is what their audience wants to hear. Oh, this guy, he is starting a religious war. This guy whose whole thing is maybe sorta, we might expand childcare in New York City. Maybe I'll try to make it a little, maybe I might be able to do something to keep poor people from getting evicted. He's gonna start a holy war, and you're not allowed to speak English in New York City anymore.
Islam religion comes to you and they hire you as a consultant. You are the consulting
right.
firm. You, not Inc., right? You're incorporated. We are hiring you. We want to impose our ideology on Western cities. What is the number one city for us to go to be able to share this ideology with? What do you think is the number one city on that list? New York City. New York City. Boom, we got victory.
Oh, dude, sorry.
And they took over that city. Congratulations to you. Do you know if you're a Muslim how massive of a victory this is for them? It's massive. Here's a question. Do Americans who the founding fathers built the greatest country in the world ever, that did in 249 years what a couple countries couldn't do in thousands of years. Will they protect it? Or will they be walking on eggshells and saying, it's not a big deal? No one's going to be leaving New York City. Here's the reality. To all the people that are saying no one's leaving New York City, to all the people that saw that, what is it, Unusual Whales or whatever that account is that says 756,000 New Yorkers will definitely, keyword, are definitely moving out of New York City if Mamdani wins. This is 9% of New York City residents saying they definitely would move out of New York City if he wins. An additional 2.12 million New Yorkers said they would consider leaving should he take office. Here's the reality of it. Let's flip it. Forget about who's moving out of New York City. Here's my question for you. Who's moving to New York City? You ready? Let's talk about who it's a good climate for now.
Bad people.
There's a video clip of him saying, why are we putting people in jail? He wants to release them. If you're a criminal, hello.
Patrick, Jesus Christ. Can someone else talk? I was good. What? I forgot. I honestly forgot what I was going to say. I totally forgot. Oh, yeah. Other bad people are coming.
Yeah. I'm moving to New York City. Number two. If you're an illegal immigrant, are you kidding me? I'm moving to New York City.
Right.
What if you're a Muslim? Oh my!
You're not a fucking leader.
You're born.
Oh,
I got a Muslim mayor in the biggest #1 city in America. I'm moving to New York City. So guess what? To all the people that said nobody will leave New York City.
What's he taking? You know, I kind of. It's so stupid. I'm kind of like having a hard time focusing.
Who's coming to New York City?
What he's even trying to say.
You're welcome.
Okay.
And they're going to come in bunches. You know how I know this?
Okay, people are going to come to New York City. Okay,
I would ask, why did Armenians move to Glendale? Why do Assyrians go to Torlock? Why do Assyrians go to Chicago? Why do Persians go to Beverly Hills? Because the first Armenian influencer moved to Glendale, then their families moved, then everybody else moved, then the world moved to Glendale. Because the first Assyrian influencer moved to Torlock, everybody else moved to Detroit, everybody else moved. Because the first Persian, Middle Eastern moved to Beverly Hills, everybody else moved. What do you think's going to happen right now to New York City? You voted for this, folks.
It's over.
You voted for this, and you are welcome. And your population is about to increase.
Okay.
Everybody else saying it's going to decrease. I think it's going to go up. My opinion. I hope I'm wrong.
Okay. I get. Wow, very clever. He's doing a very clever, subversive thing here. I like this. He's like, people are saying, oh, that everyone's going to leave. They're saying everybody's going to leave. They're going to take their money elsewhere. I'm going to flip this a little bit. Bunch of the wink, wink, wink. His eye's about to like pop out because he's winking. So a bunch of people are going to come there, if you know what I mean. A certain kind of people are going to come. Okay, we get it,
I'm a
Patrick.
minority owner of the Yankees. Trust me. I hope I'm wrong. But for the people that are like, how dare you say such a thing like this? And shame on you. You should not be an owner of this. No. If I lived in New York City, I would be more vocal than sitting on the sidelines saying this will never happen and not going out there rallying other people to vote.
Calm your ass down, Patrick. I swear to God.
I was vocal in 2024 because I knew I didn't want Kamala. I was vocal in 2020.
You better calm down,
risked
man.
it. Even though I hadn't so much, I was vocal in 2016. We risked it. You know what it was like to talk pro-Trump in 2016? Everybody was walking on eggshells doing that. Everybody was walking on eggshells in 2020, and then nobody else was walking on eggshells in 2024. So my concern, him and I were talking earlier saying, don't you think this is what America needs? Don't you think we almost need this case study to be able to show that what works and what doesn't work?
Okay.
And I said, look, I get it. I went on Jubilee and I said, I hope Mamdani
wins.
You can say exactly what the stats are. But here's what I will tell you.
Okay.
Do you think if you want your kids to know how bad drugs are, would you say, why don't you try a little bit of fentanyl, see how bad it is? Would you do that?
Okay. All right. It's an interesting point there. That's an interesting point right there. Got it. Okay. Okay. Maybe we should do like a looking back. What's everyone's favorite moment? Because there's some funny stuff in this little mayoral election. I think the most obvious one. I think we know what the most obvious one is. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it.
Every parade has the right to exist.
I think that's my favorite.
Every parade has the right to exist.
What's your favorite moment, dude?
Would you say, why don't you try a little bit of cocaine? You know what the only place is? I had a friend of mine who was so addicted to drugs, they got to the point that he was trying everything. Guess what we could do at the time? Nothing. I took him to rehab. I took him to all these other things that we did. I took him to Bible study in Pasadena. Every Friday night I would pick him up, take him so he's in the car with me. I would see him go in his car and his black car and he would take the pills and he would take
Right. I like this story. I had this friend. He's a drug addict. And I took him to all these things. I took him to all these things to try to get him to stop, and he just wouldn't stop. And he said, and one day he looked at me and he said to me, I think if I stop hanging out with you so much, I might be able to quit because you're so annoying that I need an escape. And that's, I think that's the story. I think that's the story there. Let's take some more calls. Could you imagine, though, having to hang out with that guy? He's doing sales talk all the time. Let's try this guy. F, are you there? Sometimes I can't read people's full names. So you're F. Okay. Okay. I'm in a New York state of mind. Yeah. Hey. What is this, Fox Business? Are they having a little freak out?
All right. Everybody.
Hold on. People always make fun of this guy. What's this guy's name? Kudlow. That he always seems drunk, you know. Let's just open this. You guys be the judge. Does this guy seem like a zero drinks in the morning situation based on this? Here we go.
All right. Everybody is leaving New York and New Jersey because
does that seem normal? Okay, let's see.
Of high taxes, regulation, dislike of business, and other crazy things. $700 billion worth of income have left. 3 million people have left. That's incredible. So let's talk about why, wherefore. Steve Moore, host of More Money on WABC Radio, and Liz Peek, syndicated columnist and Fox News contributor. Steve Moore, this is from the hotline, Prosperity Hotline. 3 million people have left New York and
The what? He's from the... I'm sorry, from the what?
Prosperity Hotline. 3 million people.
The Prosperity Hotline? Hold on.
Fox News contributor. Steve Moore, this is from the hotline, Prosperity Hotline. 3 million people have left New York and New Jersey in the last how many years? 10 years
what
or
is
so.
He trying to say there? Is that right?
And they've all gone to Dallas, Texas, or Miami, Florida. Why is that?
Well, by the way, that's probably 5 congressional seats that those states will lose in the next decennial census because so many people are leaving. And I just want to emphasize a point. That's the net number of people who have left. In other words, that's the number of people who have left minus the number of people who've come in. So it's a huge exodus. This is the big story in America today, Larry. It's very simple. The blue states, especially those blue states with high taxes, what am I talking about? New York, New Jersey, California, Illinois.
This is a thing, like, these guys, they know this is not true. You know, I mean, the idea is like, oh, a bunch of rich people are going to leave New York. Where? Where are you going to go? Where are you going to spend the kind of money that, real rich people have? They want to live here. Because what the hell else are you going to spend your money? You're going to go live in, San Marcos? You know? What are you going to spend all that money on? You going to go to the one craft store and spend millions of dollars there? No. This crap doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Have a few more drinks, we say to this guy. Anyway. They're just bullshitting. They're just wasting time. Just filling time. Okay, the F guy is still on the Prosperity Hotline. Hello, are you there? Colin. Colin, turn that goddamn thing down, man. Okay. Thank you so much, Colin. Thank you so much, Colin, for that amazing contribution.
Step it up.
No, I won't.
Yeah.
You step it up.
It's
moron.
It's frustrating. It's just frustrating.
Well, and and it's on a variety of issues. Like, I mean,
that guy Phil sounds legitimately sad. I mean, these guys are just like goofballs. lying on camera, but that guy sounds actually sad. Jeez.
Mr. Mayor, America's Mayor, Rudy Giuliani, it is good to see you, my friend.
Great guest.
Oh, Dave, great to see you too.
This is, well, it's always great to see you. You are now a Floridian. You reminded me right before we connected. You do not.
This is, honestly, I do kind of think having this guy out doing stuff like this, he's like elder abuse, kind of. He's, you know what somebody reminded me about? The Borat thing, the Sacha Baron Cohen thing, where I don't know if anybody remembers Rudy Giuliani's involvement in that. I mean, that's kind of beyond a prank. That's more like he got caught doing a crime. You know what I mean? But he's still around. Okay.
Not live in New York City anymore. I thought you maybe were keeping your place there as you were moving everything down here, but you have already fled Dave. New York City. I think you heard my intro right there. Polymarket saying 92% to Mamdani, 8% chance for Cuomo.
Okay.
How do you, I guess just I'll give you the broadest question possible. I mean, how do you feel on this day? We're hours away from finding out the future of the city that we all love.
Hey, Dave, you got to shut up. Let that old man talk, please.
I don't think I can describe it. I feel terribly depressed. I feel, to some extent,
sad.
like people have said to me occasionally,
oh my
sympathy
God.
rather than
like oh my God.
some kind of condemnation. They said all the work you've done has been, they've reversed it. Between de Blasio, Adams tried a little,
Good morning
but was
from
totally ineffective.
How do
and
you
now
say that?
what this guy is
Menifee,
promising,
California,
it's as if I was never mayor, Bloomberg was never mayor, and we never had maybe the best 20 years in our history. I mean, I remember New York City in 1998 being on the front cover of Time magazine as the resurgence of urban American, after having been on the cover in 1990 as the rotting of the Big Apple.
Shut up, hey, shut up, man. Shut up, Rudy. Okay, go ahead.
Remember the
Rudy. Sorry.
7-year turnaround? I mean, I
You're
guided
my elder.
Yeah.
So
And
I'll
it
show you some
wasn't
respect.
magic. It was just very, very solid, practical policies. And something very important to this.
I would describe it
honesty.
as nature taking its
New York
course
City
for how
has been
Giuliani
a
feels.
corrupt democratic machine for
Go towards
most
the
of
light.
170 years, with a few interruptions where a Republican occasionally wins or an independent. Like I was the third Republican elected in the 20.
Okay, pretty boring stuff there from the great Rudy. See what else that guy's too stupid.
The first polls have just come in from New York, and Mamdani is ahead by about, it looks like just about 12 points, just around there. So Cuomo is trailing by just
I need
shy
a
of
final
further.
word from Tim here.
You will have entire states under single party rule. And there will be no representation for Republicans. Republicans will flee. Over the next several years, hyperpolarization is going to exponentially increase, especially with the election of Zohran Mamdani. This means that, here's how it's going to work. Let's say you got a state. And most people are somewhere in the middle. Then you get a communist who wins somehow. The right-leaning people leave, and that means...
I like the Trump thing, too, where he's like, I said the socialist's never going to win. Socialist is never going to win mayor. And then he came back on. He was like, he's actually a communist. So technically what I said was true and right. Wow, okay, you got us. You got us on a loophole, man. Nice one.
The median of the state shifts leftward a dramatic amount.
Great.
Now
man.
the debate is between liberals and leftists because conservatives have left the equation.
Okay.
The debate recenters around a further left, which results in more moderate liberals, disaffected liberals leaving, which is people.
This is the thing, man. This is the thing, is that, things have gotten pushed so far extreme. Things have gotten to a push so far extreme that one side is going like this. One side is going like, cut your meat. And the other side is going,
look at my penis.
You know what I mean? And they both think they're right. That's the craziest part, dude.
People like me and where we were a few years ago.
Okay.
You end up then with California, Seattle, California, Washington, Oregon.
No, you don't.
New York and Illinois becoming literally socialist. And this will push more and more people who are slightly liberal or moderate away, and they will get in.
Somebody says in the chat, Chico DeBini. Chico DeBino.
It will get increasingly more communist.
Shout out to Chico
They will
DePello.
then get communist members of Congress who will legitimately be in Congress as communists and socialists.
Okay.
The squad will amplify tenfold.
Right.
And it's because the districts in these states are now represented solely by communists, and there's no opposition to them in those states. Then the rest of us,
what are you talking about,
who are
man?
constitutional Republican, pro-America, will be constantly having to debate and push back literal communists.
Right.
This trend...
You know what's funny is that, like, I don't think they've talked at all. Maybe, like, we could find, like, 2% of the time when they talk about this mayoral thing where they talk about the policy stuff at all. You know? It's kind of interesting. I think at one point Tim might have said like, "Oh, everyone's gonna starve because of the grocery store thing." Oh, everyone's gonna starve because of the grocery stores. Oh, okay, got it. Right, communist style. Got it.
Will result in geographic hyperpolarization. Results in conflict at the federal level. Then it's going to all be political gamesmanship.
Gambini is pretty funny.
And no real debate because
That's our new
communists
name for him.
and anti-communists are never going to agree on anything.
Gambini.
And then people start shooting each other. Considering it is an official position of...
It always ends up... Let's see. This is the slippery slope right here. Where does it end up? Where does it end up?
And then people start shooting each other.
Right.
Considering it is an official position of the AG of Virginia now to murder conservatives, I think we're in for a dark future much more quickly than we realized. I got to be honest, I didn't think Jay Jones could win. I thought I thought it was scary that he dropped 3 points in the polls following the revelation.
My man is not doing as good as he used to view-wise. You know? He makes this kind of content and he's like, why is everybody going over to Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens? I wonder why. Okay, let's take a few more calls. Let's take a few more calls. See what the hell people are goddamn doing. Conrad, are you there? Conrad, are you there? Yeah, okay. This is a classic move. If you're thinking about calling in on Discord, this is what you're supposed to do. Is just like call in and then don't say anything. It's the classic move that we do here on the great YouTube live stream.
He wants to murder conservatives and their children. Now that he's actually won and handily, it says a lot about what Democrats actually want. And I am sick and tired of the Republican Party. They are feckless and worthless. And I don't even know what the point of supporting them at this point.
You can't talk about them like that. You take it back, man, or you're going to jail. Okay.
Now, I get it. It's because you don't want Democrats to win. But we need to get rid of every Republican and primary all of them because they are spineless losers that are arguing with the guys that are stabbing them in the back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, that's why the
going
battle...
a little too far, man. Ew, shut up. Also, who is this guy? This is another... Who the hell is this guy? Where does... I kind of want to know the process of where Tim Pool finds these people. Some of them have, like, YouTube channels that get, like, 4 views. But, some of these people, I think, just might be in the neighborhood. You know, I think Tim Pool might be at, like, a, you know, whatever Panera Bread. He's, like, the new Panera Bread that moved, you know, within 20 miles of where he lives. He just, like, you know, hey, you know, I'll pay you 60 grand a year if you'll come on my podcast. I think some of that might be going on. What does this guy say right here? Armround doesn't realize that people waiting on hold can't hear you because there's a stream delay. Okay. All right. No, okay. So you're saying it's my fault. Okay.
Like I was saying earlier, the table's been set for the primary, is because this is how you finally push out this spineless, graceful losers out of the party.
Beautiful losers.
Beautiful.
This is how you finally
cut your meat.
This is how you finally go like this.
Let me ask you something, please.
Losers out of the party, because it's like they're still hanging on, they're still present. I mean, you know, they're throwing up really unimpressive candidates like Winsome Sears, and it's like until their access to power within the Republican Party is completely removed, they're going to keep trying it. They really want to go back to the pre-Trump.
This guy has a very child actory. You know, like he was in some like Disney movie. He was in Heavyweights or something, and now he's like a conservative. He was in Blank Check. We're gonna find out this is the kid from Blank Check. You know, a lot of people on the Tim, a lot of the Tim regulars have that vibe, where I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, the guy from Blank Check is now a hates any hates anybody that looks different than him now, and he talks about that on the Tim Show. Let's try K here. Okay, K looks like he dragged himself out. Great. Let's try Duke. Duke Vulture, are you there? Rest in peace to the great Chick Daney. Let's see this. Hold on, let's check this out right here. Let's check this out right here. Let's check this out. We have okay. You know what, Duke? You know what? Goddamn you, Duke, to hell. We have the passing. We recently had the passing of a great American. Okay? And you show him some respect. You show him some respect, goddamn you.
Good morning. We are coming on the air with breaking news. Former Vice President Dick Cheney has died at the age of 84.
No, he has not. No, he has not. It's fine.
His family just released a statement saying Richard B. Cheney, the 46th Vice President of the United States, died last night, November 3rd, 2025.
Okay.
He was 84 years old. His beloved wife of 61 years, Lynn, his daughters Liz and Mary, and other family members were with him as he passed.
Breaking news.
The former vice president died due to complications of pneumonia and cardiac and vascular disease.
Let's see what CNN has to say here.
This morning, former Vice President Dick Cheney has died at the age of 84. For a stretch of about 30 years, it's hard to list many people who had a greater effect on the course of American history. Cheney's family says
that's
he
one
died
way
due
to put it, man. It's one way to put it, man. Okay, go ahead.
And cardiac and vascular disease. The Cheney family released a statement saying, in part, Dick Cheney was a great and good man who taught his children and grandchildren to love our country and to live lives of courage, honor, love, kindness.
The Cheney family statement. Why would you need to, why would you need to put this out? Like, what at this point, even like, these conservative content creators have to be like, oh, George W. Bush sucks. Iraq War sucks. Even Tucker Carlson, he was like, I was such a moron back in the day going out supporting that thing. Who's like, oh, the Cheney family put out a statement. He was a great and good man. Oh, he was. Okay, yes, he was. Who's it for? Who's this for? Like 10 people? Okay.
And fly fishing. We are grateful on measure for all Dick Cheney
did like
for
fly
our country,
fishing.
And
That's
we're
the main
beyond
thing he was
measure
known
to have
for. What
loved
the hell
and
is that about?
We are grateful on measure for all Dick Cheney did for our country,
Okay.
and we're blessed beyond measure to have loved and been loved by this noble giant of a man.
Who loved
CNN's
fly
Wolf
fishing.
Blitzer looks back at Dick Cheney's life and legacy.
Okay.
Gradually, I realized that the person who was best qualified to be my vice presidential nominee was working by my side.
For most of his adult life, Richard Bruce Cheney was the ultimate Washington insider.
That I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter. The duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
Watching like old legacy news is like weird. It's bizarre. It is like looking at like a movie within a movie, like a Paul Verhoeven thing or something. Cause like, oh, that's when he was that's when the prestigious office of vice president, he was sworn. Whoa, he was sworn in. Whoa.
Named as George Bush's.
All this crap, like nobody cares about this. I mean, at best, most people like already get it. But if you want to do any segment on this, by the way, this basically has as many views as like I get. That's how many people are watching legacy crap. Who the hell wants to hear that? If they want to hear anything, they want to hear like Oh yeah, this guy was like a war profiteer. Guy had a company that made a bunch of money from this crap. He's a creep. He like openly lied about something that was an absolute disaster. Let's see if we get into that at all in the CNN thing.
Dick Cheney quickly forged a public identity as a no-nonsense, disciplined gatekeeper, a powerful politician to whom and through whom access and influence flowed. But his appearance at the very highest levels of government was by no means his first time in the national spotlight.
Okay.
He began his public service career in the Nixon administration, working in several White House jobs dealing with the economy.
Okay.
After President Nixon resigned because of Watergate, Cheney worked for the new president, Gerald Ford, eventually becoming his chief of staff. When that 29-month presidency ended...
This is insane. Okay, are we going to get into any...
Cheney returned to the land he loved, to his home in Wyoming. But it was a very Cheney returned to the capital and served for a decade in Congress. He was in the Republican leadership hierarchy when the first president was chosen to be Secretary of Defense. In charge of the Pentagon, Cheney was almost instantly engaged in
This is insane. Wow. Old school news. Insane. Why is this still a thing? Okay, let's take a few more of your calls. Here we go. Here at the top of the hour, where we're saying...
Every parade has the right to exist.
Yes, it does.
Can you hear me?
That I agree. Jeez, hey, Tom.
How's it going?
Tom B34.
That's me.
What's up, Tom? How are you?
I'm good. I'm in the UK. It's currently... was a load of fireworks going off at the moment.
Where are your Chinas? Do you call your mates Chinas?
I've never heard that before.
Never China plates mates. That's what I heard on a stream.
Oh, maybe if you're Cockney.
Yeah,
which
okay.
isn't me.
You're out of that. You're too posh for that.
Yeah,
bit too posh for those types. You kick
Exactly.
dirt on those people when you see them in the street. I heard.
Okay, I don't know who told you that.
Okay. Well, Tom, what's going on? What's the deal?
So I had two things I wanted to talk about. Pretty
Okay.
small things. One of them is, like, have you ever been to the Comedy Mothership?
I
Joe
have.
Rogan's.
I have. Been there.
Nice. I'm
I
jealous.
saw Pauly Shore there. He did it. He wasn't even on the list. He wasn't even on the lineup. He just showed up there and he was wearing his pajamas. He looked like he kind of looked the way he dresses. If you find him now, current day Pauly Shore, he dresses like a child. He dresses like an 8-year-old. It'll be like a shirt with a dinosaur on it and then sweatpants, little.
He's just living his life.
He's just living his life, but not like the. You can kind of look good. You can get away with sweatpants, a little bit sometimes, But he's wearing the kind that have a print on the side of them, which is I feel like that's solid little kid territory. If they have you have some kind of graphic on the side of your sweatpants, that's when you get
into it too much.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I have Ben. What do you have to say? You're here to promote the Comedy Mothership and
I'm hired by Joe Rogan to promote it.
Okay.
No, what I wanted to say was, I haven't heard anyone else say this. Is it me or is it a really dumb name? It feels like it should just be called the Mothership. Putting comedy before it is almost insinuating that the people going there are kind of morons. It's they can't, because if you don't put comedy within it, they're not going to work out what it is. I feel like it should just be called the Mothership, and that's a cool name.
You think it's a little disrespectful when people are going to see Kill Tony? When people are they're on their way over to 6th Street, and they're like, oh, I can't wait to have this terrible comedian, Tony Hinchcliffe, who was never funny. Tony Heathcliff. I can't wait for him to make fun of some Austin comedian who's living with 10 other people on the East Side. I can't wait for him to absolutely own them. That guy is... I watched some... I actually went and I watched some of his stand-up, that guy, Tony. Terrible. That guy should be he should be his own subject, that guy.
Yeah. I saw a video dissecting one of some Netflix special that got taken off.
Oh yeah, I think he self-blacklisted that special. But you know what he should do?
Yeah.
This should be the final kill Tony. Is he comes out and there's just a mirror. There's just a mirror.
The thing I saw was someone should go on to his show and do his jokes from that Netflix thing that he blacklisted and see how he reacts.
Ooh, that's good, Tom. Tom, you're good.
I saw it in a comment. I can't take credit for that.
You're good, Tom.
I thought it was good.
You know what, you do get credit. But I love you, Tom. I'm gonna visit the UK one day, and we're gonna hang out. We're gonna go for pints, and we're gonna start a fight with our rival club. Okay?
Yeah, we're gonna be hooligans for the local football team, and we'll get some fish and chips.
Yes, we are among the thugs. Among the thugs. We got a very special guest here. I can't believe this. This guy is in New York. Hassan Parkour, thanks for joining the show.
Actually calling in from Japan, but same difference.
Okay, you're in Japan. So I just saw a video of you on the Majority Report, but now somehow you're in Japan.
Gotta pet those guinea pigs.
Where are you in Japan?
Wearing a maid suit.
Where are you in Japan?
Kyoto.
Where? Kyoto?
Kyoto.
How does Kyoto compare to Tokyo? You like it better or what?
It's a little bit more cultural, not as crowded, just slightly.
Okay.
And in my humble opinion, the food has a lot more taste.
Okay. All right. Shots fired at Tokyo. And what do? Like, what's a fun night in Kyoto like?
Let's see. This weekend, me and my wife have tickets to go see the Chainsaw Man movie, and yeah, excited for that.
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man. Okay.
Not quite as good as the Newsman, but he does what he can.
And you read those? You read those mangas?
I have.
Are they good? Can you
All the
recommend?
mangoes.
That's what we're really here to do, not to talk about this win in New York City. We're here to recommend Chainsaw Man.
I was all ready to talk about some terrible takes on the election, but honestly, this is my forte. If you like American movies, I would recommend it.
I'm gonna be a Tim Pool type commentator right now. It'll be like, well, he's this guy Mamdani. He's like the Chainsaw Man of New York because he's gonna tear the fabric of that place apart by getting all these illegals. You know what I mean? Like that kind of
As
deal.
he should.
Yeah, exactly. So Chainsaw Man is good. What is this, a live action thing? Did I already ask that?
No, it's an animated. It's off the manga. Yeah.
And what did you watch
but
that?
The author has a big movie aficionado affinity. So if you've watched a few American movies in the past 3 decades, you probably pick up a lot of the references there.
Okay. All right. This is way off topic. Talking about Chainsaw Man. There's a new mayor of New York City, and I'm out here talking about chainsaws. And
take a put out of my ears, and he's fighting me, and I'm gonna get back.
Slow down, Patrick. Jesus.
Shakers in Glendale saying, "Give it back to him." I'm not giving back to you. Done. A couple months later, he dies.
What the hell is he talking about?
Young age, 27 years old. He passes away. Till today, I think about it. This guy was a phenomenal. He's a fun guy to be around. I liked him a lot.
Okay.
There are certain things in America you shouldn't flirt with.
Okay.
This is one of them. Don't ever
Hell, is that Patrick's sound or mine?
Can guess why America became the
Patrick's mic is
greatest country in the world. I'm an immigrant. I wasn't born here. I was born in Iran.
Okay.
And then I went to Germany. Then I came here.
Okay.
There's no place like America.
Nice to meet you.
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm grateful to be here, and I'm going to do my part. I don't need to do this. I don't need another sponsor to pay my bills. I live a very good life. The only reason we're doing this and being this vocal is because I know they're not going to slow down. I know they're not.
Who?
And I know America's worth it. Okay. I know the right.
I like that he's acting like he's like Batman or something. Look, I don't want to do this. I guess he's just like copying the Trump. Look, I have so much money. I can do whatever the hell I want. you know, but I choose to serve you. I sure choose. They gotta go through me to get to you. That's the kind of crap that I'm doing. I'm not just scamming. I'm not just scamming and using this, you know, to peddle a bunch of merch and, you know, multi-level marketing crap. You know, business consulting crap. I'm here for a very noble purpose. Okay, man.
Policies
All
are
right,
worth it.
calm down.
I know what we have right now as the greatest country in the world. We have to do our part.
Okay.
But if you think this is it,
I'll do what I can.
This isn't it. 2026 is around the corner. Craziness is going on. For some of you guys that have big plans for 2026,
is this an ad?
I will remind you, whatever you do, do not go into 2026 without a business plan.
Business plan, right. Okay, so we're going into an ad. We go right into, like, I'm protecting you to please sign up for my scam business course thing. Okay, guys, it's pretty sad. It's a pretty sad day. Cheney, one of the great guys. Let's see what
Relly, and in Virginia, Abigail Spanberger easily beats Winsome Earl Sears,
Good
and
name.
the man who wants to see Republicans dead becomes
Jesus, Megan, what the hell? You better stop with that.
next
You better
Attorney
stop with
General
spreading
there.
that message.
All that and more coming up in just a moment
That's what
on
you
your
want.
AM update.
She's threatening them, I believe. From what I understood.
When customers are walking through the aisles of their local Walmart, they're not just picking up groceries or supplies. They're supporting American businesses and their communities. The real story is what's behind the label. With over 2/3 of the products Walmart buys made, grown, or assembled right here in the U.S., buying local is not just stocking shelves. It's about strengthening communities. Because of that commitment, Walmart...
Going directly into an ad. Okay. So there we go. That's Megan's take. I believe she was threatening someone at some point. Etiquette wasn't really listening.
Many
If I'm being
Democrats-
100. If I'm being 100%. Oh,
Donald Trump fires off a cryptic Truth Social post after the Democrats' election night sweep, saying, and so it begins. Now, technically, it wasn't a sweep because Republicans did win several races. But in all the ones that mattered most, Democrats took everything and much too.
Okay. Let's listen to that again. This is my favorite. How many views? I mean, 100,000 views in 4 hours. That would be a major deal for me, you know? For anybody. 100,000, you know. Maybe he's no Candy Owens out here. But that's a pretty big deal. And this is the opening line here.
Donald Trump fires off a cryptic Truth Social post after the
No, he
Democrats'
didn't.
election night sweep,
fine.
saying, and so it begins. Now, technically, it wasn't a sweep because Republicans did win several races.
Okay.
But in all the ones that mattered most, Democrats took everything. And
Right.
much to my
That's a sweep. Technically, it's not a sweep, but it was. I mean, it's like every video this guy uploads,
surprise,
he does that.
Jay
I mean,
Jones,
I
a
love
man
it.
who wants to murder conservative children,
Whoa!
calling them little fascists, and wanting to shoot Republicans in the head, actually won.
Jesus, what is this? What is this? What is this rhetoric? What is this rhetoric these guys are spreading?
And it's surprising because the prediction markets actually said he was.
What is this guy? A trucker Bryce here. I think doing your normal content live more often is an awesome move. Love you. Bye-bye. Ooh, okay, Bryce. What's up? Bryce, you're in Canada? Bryce is a trucker, I believe. A trucker Carlston. Let's hear about what you're trucking. This is what I heard, Bryce, and you can correct the record. I mean, there's a lot of misinformation. Like, you know, people were accusing that guy of throwing all his bottles and cans in the river, and that he was drunk in the river and he was causing boat accidents. I can neither confirm nor deny it. He did confirm it. He admitted it, I believe, because he was defending it. He was like, oh, it's not fun otherwise, I believe he said. But from what I understand about Bryce the trucker is that there's a guy who's like, what, you guys are transporting beer across state lines or something, and there's a guy, he's like a fast driver, and he's running cover for you. I could have that mixed up with the Smokey and the Bandit plot, but you let me know.
Is going to lose.
Okay?
I believe this is one of the biggest scandals in our lifetimes politically.
Okay.
Go back 10 years and tell people that in the near future you will have an attorney general in Virginia advocating for the murder of children and his political opponents, and he'd win.
Okay.
Nobody would believe you. They just wouldn't believe you. And I know because
this is a kind of a funny thing that he's doing a lot too. Is just like he's just like, dude, we're under threat from, and then he'll actually like on the show bring up the whatever clip he's talking about. Actually, it's almost like Joe Rogan-esque, where he's like, we're under threat. Can you believe what this person's saying? And then he'll like read the quote, and I'll be like, oh, okay, that doesn't sound like a threat, my man. Okay, let's
Zohran
see.
Mamdani has won in New York, which is not surprising. Even though I pointed out yesterday that I made a, let's just call it a trade on Cuomo to win, I still believe that Mamdani had the edge, and there was more so, it's what we call a value bet, meaning the odds were not, 10% for Cuomo to win. I think those odds are very, very low.
Lost money.
Cuomo, I think, had a decent shot, but Mamdani took it, and as of right now, the reporting shows
insane.
over 50%. You know what's really sad? You know what percentage of New Yorkers were born in New York? 48. You know what percentage Cuomo and Sliwa got? 48. Sounds like overwhelmingly people from New York voted for the New Yorkers. Now, I'm no fan of Cuomo. Sliwa, I like Sliwa, but let's be...
Okay, this is another... I've been hearing this one over and over again. The people from New York voted from Cuomo. Voted for Cuomo. If people not from there, like they're trying to imply like, oh, all these outsiders came in or something. It's like what's the point? What's the point of this? Like older? Yeah, I imagine a lot of older people. You know, maybe voted for that guy, maybe. But yeah, there's a lot of people move to that city. Like, what the hell is the point of this? It's like over and over again. Oh, they're taking, those people are taking over. They're gonna get you.
Be real. He's always been considered more of a meme candidate,
even
with his beret and his attitude, and whatever. But it's funny because you look at Sliwa and you're like, that's in New York.
Chuck them.
You look at Mamdani and you're like, that's.
Never chuck them at rivers. I chuck them at cars. Oh, I like that.
Ray and his attitude and whatever. But it's funny because you look at Sliwa and you're like, that's a New Yorker. You look at Mamdani and you're like, that's a Ugandan. But here's the reality: 40.
I mean, it's just like, oh man, what amazing effort in this content. That guy's different. That guy's different. Yeah, Sliwa. Yeah. Sliwa is like a goofball stereotype of a New Yorker, if that's what you mean. And he won, 7% of the vote? Okay. What's this segment about?
8% of people in New York were born in New York. There you go.
Exactly.
What do you think's going to happen? Michael Knowles has a tweet going viral where he said it's sad because Zohran would not have won if New York was full of New Yorkers. Yes, indeed. Your country is being transformed. Your cities are being taken from you.
He's just straight up doing this. He's like, I can't lose. But he should just come out and say, hey, I can't lose all of you to Nick Fuentes and all these guys. So here you go. Oh, that guy, he's different. He should just come out and say brown guy over and over again. Bad.
And who is you? It's the black American, the Latino American, the Asian American, the white American. Notice I said that one last. I got you, liberals. The point is, when people like Tucker Carlson pointed out that the interests of Americans are being overwritten, they call him racist. And he was like, what? The interests of black Americans are the same as the interests of white Americans. The people from this country are not getting the policies they want. In fact, there are a bunch of these really interesting men in the street interviews where people go to the black neighborhoods of New York and ask them who they want. And they want Cuomo. They did not want Zohran Mamdani. But who knows? Zohran promises free stuff.
Wait. That's a good one. I like that.
People from this country are not getting the policies they want. In fact, there are a bunch of these really interesting men in the street interviews where people go to the black neighborhoods of New York and ask them who they want. They want Cuomo. They did not want Zohran Mamdani. But who knows?
Okay.
Zohran promises free stuff, and stupid people vote for it. There's nothing you can do about it. That's the problem. That is social degradation, and it is a guarantee.
Arm Brown, do you remember Tim Pool mentioning he filmed an episode of the Adam Friedland show? I really hope it comes. Yeah, what's up? I should have asked Hassan Parkour about that. What's up with that? Let's see if we can find some information on that. I mean, the Matan or whatever that guy's name is, that's probably as good as a Tim Pool interview is gonna get. Let's see, Adam Friedland. Let's see if we have any updates on this. Actually, Adam Friedland could be pretty funny. Adam. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what the hell we got right here. Adam, when was this uploaded? Adam, was it intimidating going up against Tim Pool's tremendous intellect? Okay, that's not a lot of info. The Adam no. Very limited information on that. When the hell is that coming out? Adam Friedland versus Tim Pool. Okay. Sure, he's got a lot more interesting
quote,
stuff to say.
I can't remember who said it, but something like, democracy will only last so long until people realize you can promise public funds. Something like that. Basically, once you get to the point in a country...
That's some crap. I don't know. I don't remember. Somebody said... I saw a video where somebody said something. Where
your politicians just say, hey, I'll steal money from him and give it to you because there's more of you than there is of him.
Right.
Then you get social degradation. What alarms me the most about last night, not so much Zohran Mamdani, because New York is New York, but for both personal and professional reasons, the victory of Jay Jones is one of the most terrifying and shocking things I think we have seen.
You know what's funny is that, like, Tim Pool has this thing like, you know, all these outsiders. These outsiders are coming in from other places, and they're ruining America, you know? And this is true for him. This is true in his case, which is pretty well documented that he moved. You know, he's just like a city guy, you know, a former like vice employee, and then he moved out to the country and just like immediately started pissing everybody off. Like he was in this big conflict with like the local skate park community. You know, he bought up this property and then he like flipped it. And then supposedly he was trying to buy some coffee shop and he got into all kind of conflict on that. So it is true, outsiders coming in and ruining communities for him.
In a long time. Yesterday I put it like this. There's a scale of magnitude in the political scandals and shocking moments and terror attacks, etc.
Right.
Severity.
I heard about
the attempted assassination of Donald Trump is not a 10 out of 10 because he survived. It's like a 9 out of 10. The assassination of Charlie Kirk is about a 9 out of 10 because he
has the right to exist.
So I'm not trying to denigrate or downplay any of this, but just point out, and I think it's a fair assessment, that the near assassination of your frontrunner for president, nearly getting shot, like literally getting shot, is not the most severe, but it's right next to it. The assassination of Charlie Kirk, he wasn't an active politician, but he was. So I put that similarly on the scale.
Okay,
I
what's
believe the
your
election
point,
of Jay
Matt?
Jones is just one step below this.
There's a lot of this, you know, watching this guy, specifically this guy's videos, like, is he gonna get back on track to what he was saying? You know, he clearly forgot what the hell he was talking about. Will he close the loop? I think about that a lot. I met R.M. Brown in Austin. Ooh, okay. I met R.M. Brown in Austin. He was incredibly rude to me. And I would like to hereby air my grievance against him. R.M. Brown out here doing God's work. Thank you. He's hitting that whistle too sloppily. Yeah. He's a pretty... Many call him charmingly incompetent. You know, I've heard that many a time.
Democrats are telling all of you, lawfare is done.
Oh,
no, it's a month and a half since Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And by all means, you can scream and spit any conspiracy theory you want. That was always allowed.
I will.
The fact is, after Charlie was murdered, they celebrated. Democrats and liberals celebrated on Halloween. Liberals put on Charlie Kirk shirts and stained themselves with blood. They are celebrating murder. Trump supporter was killed about a week ago in Portland, Oregon. I don't know why. Maybe nothing.
Okay.
And we've seen numerous terror attacks, rammings, and assault on federal law enforcement. I think Republicans, the Republican Party, are a bunch of spineless losers, and y'all better be making your contingency plans.
What does this have to? Yeah, again, let's tie this. Okay, so a guy won the New York mayor race. What does this have to do?
This ain't gonna do nothing.
Let's get to a point.
You think they'll get rid of the filibuster? You think they'll do what's necessary? Let me tell you right now, Jay Jones, AG, top law enforcement in Virginia, said he said, I'll try to give you the full context. I want to be clear here. He called a Republican furious, saying he wanted the children of his political rival dying in their arms murdered so that they would change their views on gun policy. He said,
okay, all right, you're getting a little boring. Let's see what Rappaport has to say here. Let's check Rappaport. Can't frame him properly.
You're a bozo, a bullshit artist bozo with a microphone.
Jesus, Mike.
Where's the proof? Where's the facts of anything happening to your aunt? Where's the proof? Where's the facts of any Islamophobia being put on you or your wife?
You know what? I watched some Michael Rappaport because I was like, I know everybody makes fun of him. He uploads these like front-facing videos, you know? His channel is like, he's one of those guys who it's like, maybe you should write down like what points you're trying to make before you start recording. I mean, that's the ultimate, like, you know, a guy who's maybe a little too confident. Because he'll get on and he'll repeat the same thing like 14 times. Yeah, he's like, let that camera roll. You know, just let me cook. I don't need to think. I don't need to prepare or think whatsoever about what I'm going to say, you know, when I'm, you know, talking for an hour on camera. And then he'll literally just, like, repeat the same phrase, like, 15 times and not realize he's doing it. It's pretty good. What I'm trying to say here is the too long do not read on that is, it's really good. It's really good. Really good stuff. You know what I mean? Okay. What else we got? Should we take a call? Should we take some more calls? Oh, we got a call here from somebody. Yes, sir. Are you there?
Every parade has the right to exist.
Okay. I agree. I agree with that. Zygote Man, are you there?
How you doing?
Zygote Man, your audio sounded a little crazy, but go ahead. Let's try it again.
Let's do it again. Is that better?
Now better.
There we are. Hello.
What's up, Zygote Man? What's going on? What do you have to say on the day of this mayoral, the day after this mayoral crap right here? What do you have to say?
I mean, it's a sad day for America that, you know, New York City is under Sharia law now.
Yep, we're not. They already. I went out to get some like juice, you know, and some nerd rope, and I went to the counter to pay, and I said, "Oh, that's all. Can I have a bag, please?" And the guy said, "No more English. No more. You're not allowed to speak. You're not allowed to speak like that anymore."
It's not halal, so obviously you can't sell those kinds of things.
Exactly. He burned them. He burned all that stuff in front of me, and he said, "This is what I'm going to do to America too." He said to me.
Stupid. Yeah, the idea that, like, you know, you were playing PBD earlier where he was saying, well, you got Armenians that come to this area and Syrians go to Chicago. Who do you think is going to expect to come to New York City now? So it's going to be people emigrating from Uganda of Indian descent? I mean, what is he talking about?
I mean, they're all doing the same thing where it's just like, it's like blatantly racist stuff. They're just like, you know, I don't know. This is what they do. They want to keep their audience stupid for their own own gain. But like, this is the whole
right.
deal. But
the idea that we're going to have rampant communism as well throughout New York City because there's going to be 5 city-run stores, and that means that they've taken on the means of production throughout the city. It's absurd.
It is sick. It is sick. Like the freak out, and I mean, I just put on CNN. I mean, that's like, you know, for all my life, that was the sort of like, you know, for a lot of people, that's just like the information news, you know, and they're like panicking about it, and it's like, they're not like, if like democratic socialism or anything, if that means, it's like that doesn't mean anything, because these policies are literally just more like, they're like the existing system band-aids. It's just like, so poor people can keep working in New York City, and they're like, no, they shouldn't even be able to be alive. You know, like that's.
I can't even have that. Yeah.
That's how far.
Right. Yeah,
that's how
it's
far
crazy.
things.
Like,
yeah.
A system where you're going to take care of, say, people who are struggling with drug addiction, or that they are homeless, that we're going to try to have housing for those people so that they're not wandering the streets. That's somehow like going to be the harbinger of communism across the New England. I mean, it's absurd. It's insane.
Yeah, it really does feel. I mean, that's the real win to all this, because who knows what's going to happen, like policy-wise, but definitely like the exposure of, hey, you know, even like mild stuff like this that the government is supposed to do, like just make life a little bit easier, like be a sort of a stopgap for a little bit of a safety net for society, like the full panic about that.
Full panic. Exactly. Yeah. And they got to pretend that it's like you mentioned, you can't talk about the policies, so they just got to repeat the buzzwords of communism and socialism over and over again, because that's going to be the thing that tickles people's brains and makes them think that, you know, we're going to be living under a Stalinist USSR, but with a jihadist leading us down the way. I mean, it's absurd.
Crazy. Well, Zygo, man, talk to you later. You get the hell out of here. Man. Let's see what else my favorite newsmen. The greatest newsman of all time, people call him. Let's see what else he's got to say. I mean, it's almost like this really is, I think, I mean, obviously, I think most of us know, like, he's just like a goofball. But it is like, I do actually think like definitely CNN, probably MSNBC, you know, a lot of political YouTube channels, and definitely this guy could actually be replaced by AI. And you'd get the, honestly, if I'm being real, probably better content, because it would glitch out every once in a while, you know? It would accidentally morph into like somebody hitting him with a chair or something, or like a car busting through his back, you know, busting through the wall of his studio. You know how those AI videos do like.
He said that if he was in a room with Hitler, Pol Pot, or Gilbert, the GOP rival, he would put two bullets, and he had 2 bullets, he'd put both of the bullets in the Republican.
Look at
and he
my
said they're
penis.
raising little fascists. He wanted them dead. Democrats voted for this. They voted for this. It was so shocking. Even Kalshi did not predict, the market did not predict he would win. Miarez was favored to win. How does a man who says he wants to kill your kids and you win?
Whoa. Hey, you're the guys out here doing this. I think he needs to be careful, or he's going to do one of these. He's going to do it in those Hot Topic pants. He's
an AG. Republicans are pathetic, spineless losers.
Yeah, do you take
right
that
now,
back?
Donald Trump is saying we have to end the filibuster. We can't sit back. And Republicans are going. Ted Cruz is livid over Nick Fuentes, but I'm going to tell you this, Ted. You are ensuring the rise of Nick Fuentes. And there's a reason why he is getting more prominence and getting more interviews. It's not because he's a Nazi or he likes Hitler or whatever you want to say about him. Which he literally has videos where he says he likes Hitler. It's because people are tired of you. because Ted Cruz gets nothing done. I'm not trying to be a dick, Ted Cruz, but you give me a Republican, you show me a Republican, and I will show you a guy who's tepid. With all due respect, I may burn bridges. I don't care. We had Rand Paul on the show, on the morning show.
If you sit there with someone who says Adolf Hitler was very, very cool.
Jesus, Ted. I disagree with that. I disagree with your take on that guy. I think he was a bad guy. He's cool. Ted Cruz thinks that guy's cool. What the heck?
And that their mission is to combat and defeat global Jewry. And you say nothing? Then you are a coward and you are complicit in.
Ted Cruz is such a, I mean, you know, obviously, I think we get this. I think we get this by now, but he's like, oh man. I mean, this level of like shamelessness, you know, it's like, oh, you come out and denounce this creep, this like internet creep, not because of like all the things that he said, or like Tucker Carlson, you know, like you finally denounce these people when they like, when they, you know, say things that, you know, the Republican Party donors don't like. That's, I mean, that's this guy. That's sick. Like, no, I mean, I guess that's like, I do think that's kind of like an Ivy League thing of just like, oh, there's no place for having a moral compass. Like, it just like burns that out of your psychological structure or something. Okay, so he thinks Tucker Carlson's bad now. That Tucker Carlson, you know, that the donors are pissed off. Oh, wow, great. Amazing. Okay, let's take a few more calls and get the hell out of here. Actually, maybe we'll find some more. We'll see what other reactions we got out here. T something. Are you there?
Oh my gosh.
T, what's up? T, yes, I can hear you.
Oh my god, man. That's so cool. Wow.
What the hell is your deal?
Oh man, well, let me ask you something, please.
Okay.
Let me ask you something, please.
I'm up here in Canada, and I'm thinking, I've been working on this creative project where I've been looking at like this old like anti-communist, pro-capitalist propaganda from like the 1950s and stuff. These like cartoons where it's like, you should be grateful you get to be a capitalist cog in the machine, and it's pretty funny stuff. And it's funny now to see like America just like totally cooked with like some guys like, hey man, buses should be free, and they're like, he's gonna blow up the city.
There's some similarities there, huh? Interesting. Let's see CNN. Let's check CNN. See what they got to say. So they were freaking out. Hold on. Let's see if we can get that CNN. Where the hell was that stupid CNN crap that I was watching?
Every problem, no matter how small or how large, is something for government to do.
That's crazy. So CNN got this guy who is literally like an escaped lunatic. We gotta hear those voices, you know? You got Van Jones as the voice of reason, another crazy person. So they're all like, oh, ZOHRAN's gonna ruin everything. Then a video about how what a noble statesman Dick Cheney was. Insane. This is not normal. This is not normal. Eloma, are you there?
Walmart invested $350 billion in.
Okay, can we get
Hey everyone, I'm.
Let's get a visual. Backstage at Megyn Kelly. Oh, okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Megyn Kelly. Welcome to the Megyn Kelly Show. And for the first time ever, welcome to the Megyn Kelly channel on Sirius XM. Okay. Yes, the Triumph channel, where you could hear the MK Show for our first 4 years at Sirius, is now over on channel 1.
We don't need the whole, I don't need to hear, but what are you going to give me, the tech rundown on all the equipment you use for the show? Get on with
2, 3, nice and easy to remember. Love it.
Get on with it, Megyn.
And here at channel 111, it will now be the Megyn Kelly channel. Bold, no BS news.
Get to the point, Megyn.
Besides this show, you're going to hear our friends from Real Clear Politics every morning.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Get to the point. Get to the point, or I'm going to flag this video. Okay,
Bold and all that. But we got to start with Mamdani.
Okay.
And this guy who's closely linked with radical Islamists, like this imam who testified for the blind sheikh who bombed the World Trade Center.
Whoa. The new tower is in danger.
1993. Mamdani with his arms literally around that guy, calling him a pillar of the community.
Right.
About to, as of the vote today, we believe, become the mayor of New York City. What do you make of it?
Well, I think it's a disgrace. I think it's
that guy. It's Ben Shapiro's friend. I can't wait.
It's a shame. It shows us that, on the right, we were obviously celebrating.
I try to get Elo Ma in, caller in Discord. Now he's just rustling around in the background.
After Donald Trump's victory as well, we should have, and it was a huge victory. And I think without Trump winning, we'd be in a much worse spot today. But
fascinating.
It certainly shows that the fight is not over. That there was a lot of talk, I think, among conservatives, and maybe I even used the phrase of like the golden age. We're entering the golden age. And it's it's okay to be happy and celebrate, and sometimes you take it a little too far and you say things like that. But this is not quite the golden age yet, because we've got a foreign communist from Uganda who doesn't even pretend.
I mean, you got to think your audience is so stupid to be saying this stuff like that. You can literally just like push a button and they're foreign. You press the foreign. It looks different. Did they press the I saw a guy who looks unfamiliar in my neighborhood, in my suburban neighborhood button? Like, that's sick. Where does Megyn Kelly live? I think Megyn Kelly lives in New York. Or she did for a long time. She's a bit of a fancy pants. Megyn Kelly, where does... Okay... Blah, blah, blah. Megyn Kelly's modern luxurious mansion. Okay. What's her mansion like? Where is it? Before running an independent media. Whoa, look at that mansion. She has dogs there, apparently. Okay. Home in New York City. Other properties owned by Hagen. So, yeah. New York City, Manhattan, Greenwich, Connecticut, the Hamptons. Could you imagine just from your stupid, obnoxious little goofball ivory tower tricking people like this? Hey, there's a brown guy. He's going to get you, right? You morons. Anyway, I'm here in my Manhattan penthouse. That's sick. These are sickos. These are serious sickos. Let's see. Where she go? There we go.
Like this country, much less love it, who's about to take over the largest and most important city in the country.
Oh,
and on top of that, I mean, this is, if you were to go back, as many people have pointed out, if you were to go back to like 2002, let's say, and tell...
Is this true?
Stop
Are 1,800... people watching this right now
in New York City,
all right,
and tell them that
am I reading that
in
wrong?
A couple of decades the mayor would be an Islamist from Uganda, who
what does that mean? That's just another, like, there's a scary brown guy in your neighborhood, well, but pressing that button, right? An Islamist. Hey, I'm Megyn Kelly out here in my Manhattan penthouse. Just wanted to, hey, Mimas and Peebles, just wanted to scare you. They're gonna get you.
Holds tries to hold other candidates to account for
Right,
not being able to name a mosque. That like
This guy
not
lives
being
in
able to name a
Nashville,
mosque
right?
and not visiting a mosque is an attack line in a mayoral campaign in New York City. You know, if you were to tell someone that in New York in 2002, they would not have been able to believe it, and yet here we are.
Let's see.
It's going to happen. I mean, the latest poll from Atlas Intel showed Cuomo within 4, but that poll received some criticism for having too much.
So he's lived in Nashville and Austin. We can't confirm where this guy lives now. Lives in Nashville. It says he lives in Austin. So this guy, he's like scaring people who don't live in cities from the cities. All right, man. All right.
It heavily weighted.
Just like Megan, you know, live from Manhattan or the Hamptons, for God's sake. Hey, let me scare the Mimas and Peepaws out there.
Republicans and independents, which of course are not the dominant voting bloc in New York. And it's amazing to me that this city, this great city, I mean, honestly, it's America's crown jewel. It's the greatest city in the world, in my opinion, bar none.
Right, I thought you hated it. This is another thing with these people is like, New York City is both the scariest hellhole that they'll immediately get you, you know. The gangs will immediately get you. You can't ride the subway because they will kidnap you and sell you into slavery, you know. Also, it's a crown jewel. Which one is it? Which is it?
Is about to be taken over by this, yes, communist, potentially radical Islamist.
Right.
I mean, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing, Matt, because he's smiley. He's very, very good at social media. He knows how to talk.
Okay, Megan seems to be implying, and I don't like this kind of thing, that she thinks Zohran is a cutie pie. Ooh, Megan. You need to...
Toilet.
So, hold on. Let me take that again. Megan, you need to...
Cut your meat.
On that one.
A good game. We aired a SOD on our morning AM update show today of him being asked about the fact that
technical crap again.
Hakeem Jeffries, moments after he endorsed him, said, but is he the future of the Democratic Party? No.
Right. No.
And the reporter asked, hey, what do you think of that? And he said, oh, you know, I'm just focused on campaigning right now, working out my anxiety before Tuesday's vote by doing last minute canvassing. That's all. Very good answer. Very smooth, smiley, focused relentlessly on affordability, which is an issue in New York, like in all major cities.
Right.
And the people, especially the young people, are buying it hook, line, and sinker.
They are, and what it shows you, of course, is that the Democrat Party has not moderated at all. They haven't backed down from any of their craziest positions in the slightest bit. They're more radical than they've ever been. They're more violent than they've ever been.
Yeah, like almost like people want that, right? These sickos, they're buying it. Almost like they want that. Yeah, weird.
Then, on top of it,
these people, these outsiders are coming into our American cities, which, by the way, are terrible hellholes and the crown jewels. And they're coming in here and they're saying things that people want. And then they say, oh, I want those things. And they vote for it. It's sick. It's sick.
But I think Mamdani represents that. And you mentioned he's potentially radical Islamist, and this is one thing that's confusing for a lot of people, because you see that he's Islamic, he's from Uganda.
You got it, man.
And you hear conservatives sometimes worry about the importation of Sharia law into America, but then you see, well, he's a far left radical. I think he showed up at a
right. Almost like it doesn't make sense. Like you guys are, just kind of throwing everything against the wall. Oh, he's a far right. He's a religious extremist. Also, the exact opposite, right?
A club in New York City a couple of days ago, and so you see that as, this is not a guy who represents Sharia law,
right?
He might not himself personally, because he is a far left communist, but he's going to open the floodgates even more.
Right? Wow. Oh, that makes it. Oh, circle squared on that one. Hey, look. He's not going to do this thing that I'm trying to scare my audience with. He's not going to do that. In fact, he's going to do the opposite, but it'll make it easier to do that thing by opening the floodgates. Okay, what floodgates? I don't know. I don't know, but they are there for sure. And it makes me cry to even look at him.
To immigrants from that part of the world, and that's how you end up kind of with both. And I mean, already in New York City, I think it's 40% of the city was not born in this country. Not even that they're immigrants, second-generation immigrants, but 40% of the country was not, of the city was not born in the country. 20% are not proficient in the English language, and that's going to get, that situation is going to get much worse under Mamdani, and intentionally so. And then at what point? Like, at what point do you get to a...
Somebody put Shakira Law in the chat. We were living under Shakira Law. You got to go like this. You got to shake those hips like... living under Shakira Law.
Let me ask you something, please.
A point where it just doesn't work anymore. Where, like, how can you function as a community, as a city at all, if you can't do basic things like communicate with each other?
Okay.
And, you know, I've raised this, but a lot of people have raised this point. I didn't do anything, man.
Shut up.
Because it's very relevant to this. I mean, this is how Mamdani is going to win. He's going to win primarily because of all the foreign-born left-wingers who are in this.
Yes.
And
the response has been
the outsiders. The outsiders are replacing the blah, 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 blah. Anyway, Megan Kelly. Anyway, thanks so much for joining us, scaring everybody about this. I'll be in my Manhattan penthouse if anyone needs me, and then I'll go to the Hamptons. That I bought from scaring you idiots. Unbelievable. And this pervert who also lives in a big city. Spend his whole life in cities doing this, scaring people who don't live there. Brilliant. Good job, guys. Life well spent from these two goobers, these two dinguses over here.
Every parade has the right to exist.
Yes, it does. Thank you, Curtis. I agree. Let's take a few more calls, get the hell out of here. Take a few more calls, get the goddamn hell out of here, man. Yeah, man. That's Joe Rogan. Yeah, man. Let's see. Maybe we can find a few more reactions. But in the meantime, let's see who else wants to say something. Let's see. Let's try this. Tim Tomick. Tim Tomick. Tim Tomick. Okay. Go ahead.
Hello. How are you?
Tim Tomick, what's going on? How the hell are you doing? And what do you have to say on this day of from what I understand, historic victory?
Well,
in New York
I've already converted to communism.
Okay.
And started praying to Allah or something.
Okay, so you came in from outside of the country. You're a different guy who's very scary, and you came in from another place. You came from another place to replace our culture and you with doing bad stuff. Is that true?
Yes, I mean that's basically what Marx wrote about, like doing bad stuff, going to other place.
Yes.
My parents came from other place to the place where I was, and now I'm coming to your place to ruin it.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. I read some of that stuff, Mark stuff. Now, what was the book? I think he wrote a book called Doing Bad Stuff and Being a Bad Boy, I think was one of his earlier works.
Exactly. That was the young Marx.
Yes.
The older Marx, more about just praying to Allah all the time.
Let's check this out. Hold on. Let's see. NYC will see the highest turnout in decades. Almost 2 million New Yorkers have already voted in the race between ZOHRAN. So this was, when was this? 7 p.m. Let's see how big was the turnout in total. Let's check that out. Goddamn you. Okay. But anyway,
does New York normally have good turnout?
pretty good, man. Pretty good. But while I look at this, is there anything else you'd like to say to the literally trillions of people watching this?
Well, I would like to say that it's fine to feel elated and to laugh at right-wingers freaking out over Mamdani. But I think people will have to get ready to be disappointed.
That's a good point. We gotta see, it can't just be like, hey, whatever. I did my part. I wandered into there to vote, and now I'm done with this crap.
Exactly.
Very good point, Tim Tomey.
And do not start randomly defending whatever Mamdani or the Democrats do. That's very important. Stay vigilant.
Such a good point. I agree with that. Actually, I don't agree with Tim Tomey on much. I believe he gets a little, let's say, a little blue. And I think is he the same guy who throws his bottles and cans in the river when he goes floating? I think it was that guy again. So I disagree with that, but I do agree with what he just said. Zohran Mamdani elected mayor of New York in largest turnout election in over 50 years. Whoa! Is that true? Largest turnout election in over 50 years. Zohran Mamdani. I love these guys. There's all these guys who can't say his name. Zohri Mandani. Danny Mandani. Whatever the hell. These guys. That was maybe a big highlight. Trying to see these old guys like Cuomo just unable to say that name. Was elected mayor in New York on Tuesday, capping a stunning ascent. Okay, and a stunning ascent for the 34-year-old far-left state lawmaker. This is fortune, but that's crazy. They all have to CNN all do this. It was a thrilling victory. It was a remarkable turnout for the man who refused to denounce Hamas and is way, and in brackets, scary far left. They all have to do that. You know what I mean? Capping a stunning ascent for the 34-year-old far left lawmaker who promised to transform city government, to restore power to working class, and fight back against the hostile Trump administration. In a victory for Democratic Party's progressive wing, Mamdani defeated former Governor Andrew Cuomo. Wait. City's first Muslim mayor. A commanding win. His victory party in Brooklyn. Yeah, right. Okay, we get it. There was a large turnout. Yeah, people were actually interested because it's not like two boring losers, It wasn't a couple of boring dingbats. All right, let's take a few more calls.
Every single person on this planet is gay.
Oh, they are? Okay. All right. Don't know how that's relevant. We'll take a few more calls. Look into this a little bit more. Maybe look at a few more of the reactions for a couple more minutes. And then we'll get the hell out of here. Zanboy, are you there?
Oh, shit. Yep.
Oh, man, you're already saying bad words. What's going on with you?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to share the liberal YouTube pipeline that brought me to your content.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, wait, I'll be honest. I was not listening. I was queuing up a video. Can you were
No.
saying something nice, or you were saying you don't like the content on this channel?
Oh, no. I love your content. I was just wanting to share how I found your content.
Oh, let's hear it.
So I used to watch Joe Rogan, and then I started thinking that this guy's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was browsing Reddit, and I came across the Decoding the Gurus podcast.
Okay.
And they just talk about crazy people like Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson.
Right.
And then they had Flint Dibble on talking about his time on Joe Rogan. And so I started following Flint Dibble. And so the Dibble man turned me onto your content.
Oh, you
and
got.
at first I was like,
You got
I got
dibbed out.
dibbled.
You got dibbed.
Yep.
Oh shoot! So you got dibbed into watching my content.
But you also turned me on to the Majority Report. So now I'm past your pipeline, and so now I'm a terrorist in Gitmo.
Wow! Oh my God! You're really going down the pipeline. What did you?
I think you just got to choose which pipeline, though.
What was your favorite? What did you like about Joe Rogan? Because I never really. I mean, for me, Joe Rogan was always kind of like a background noise thing. You know, I would
Exactly. No, it was never the only thing I was doing. I'd be like playing PUBG or something.
But it would be like I would be like, okay, like maybe I should buy some like whey powder or something. That's about as like ideologically, that's about as far as I went with Joe. Was like, oh yeah, I gotta hit the whey protein a little bit hard. Like I could not imagine.
I've always kind of saw it as like the Genghis Khan meme, where it's like people just come to him and present their ideas, whatever they're doing to him, and he just like agrees.
Yes.
So I never got like a political view from him. But I know the exact episode that turned me off of him though was, I think it was the first time he had Matt Walsh on, and I was like, this guy's just an actual like crazy person.
Yeah.
And you're not like countering him.
Well, he probably was like a lot of the like Nick Fuentes-y kind of stuff. That was probably Joe Rogan had a big hand in that, because like he would have these guys on who were just like, you know, if you're like a kid, if you're like a like a high schooler, a lot of those guys sound familiar. It sounded like they know what they're talking about, and you know, he's got such a big audience that he probably like caught a lot of those people when they were young, and they were just like unable to get out of that, you know, out of that.
I think another thing is, like a lot of Americans, I had like a libertarian slant to my politics, and like he's definitely in that realm. So,
oh yeah,
but I've kind of grown from that a little bit as.
Well, that's great, Zan. Oh, are you like so you're a Majority Report fan? Are you more of an Emma guy or more of a Sam guy, or are you a Matt fan?
Oh,
you got to pick one.
I don't want to hurt feelings, you know. No,
you got to pick. Look. Let's just say, you know, you don't have a choice. You got to pick. You got to pick one. Who do you go with?
The Toilet Man, of course.
The Toilet Man. All right. Check this out. Who is this? Princess Aisha. Let's check out. I wanted to, you know, it's an inspiring night for a lot of people, but it's just not enough for me. ZOHRAN is just not inspiring enough for me, so you might feel the same. So I wanted to share this with you. This Princess Aisha. Go ahead. Take it away, Princess. Go ahead.
Short. Just grow. Remember, if you want height, it's not that hard. Wow. It's up to you to grow your height, to grow your...
She's saying if you're short, it's your fault. Okay.
You're probably short because you're not growing in your life. If
right.
you are growing in your life, you wouldn't be short. Like, that's actually so clock it. I'm so
I like her friend. My favorite thing about this video is her friend. She's just like, you know, she'll be like, if you're not in a Lamborghini, you need to get in a Lamborghini. And her friend's just like, absolutely, you're so right about that. They just cut to the front. You're right. I've been saying that. And in this case, she's like, if you're short, it means you're not growing in your life. And they cut to her friend. She's like, that makes sense. Okay, go off, Princess.
Tall, and I feel tall every day. I think I grow an inch every single second. You're 5'2". Because it doesn't matter.
Hey, don't call her out. You're 5 foot. You're 5'2". All right, well, there we go, guys. Some inspiring words. She's my Joe Rogan, Princess Aisha. If you're short, just grow. It means you're not growing in your life. Did we get to... Let's try this. By the way, get in the Discord if you haven't. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think the hell's going on around here. Go ahead. What's your name there, sir? W? All I can see is a W. Do you want to... Hey, W, how are you? What's your name?
Oh, hi. Sorry. I'm working. My name is Wit.
Wit. Okay. I have here, I don't know if you're interested in this, but I have on the line a New York City rat if you want to ask the rat any questions. Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering. New York City rat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is Sliwa causing any issues for you lately? I know he's a big cat fan.
Oh my God, Sliwa, he's one of our enemies. Like the Guardian Angels, you know, we really hate those guys.
You're very hard to understand.
Yeah, but he said a lot of anti-rat stuff. He said a lot of anti-rat stuff. So we actually, us rats, we formed our own version of the Guardian Angels.
And what are they called?
The garbage eating angels.
The garbage eating angels.
Yeah, it's pretty clever, right?
Yeah,
if
great.
you need to, if you need to unionize, I actually have a lot of experience with that. I'm an ex-union organizer.
Oh my God, yeah, we really need your help. We need to spread awareness. There's a lot of these rats who are just kind of in our modern day society. They're just looking out for themselves. A lot of these rats are into like crypto and they, you know, like drop shipping and stuff. They just do that. But yeah, if you can help me reach out, do an outreach. Do you have any?
Well, I would love to. I organized in Michigan, which is a right to work state, so I'm used to it.
Ooh, okay, I'll look you up. How about this for a slogan? Rats of the sewer unite. How about that?
You know, we can start there and work on it.
Okay, he walked away. He just wandered away. Sorry, I think he saw something distracting, like he saw a piece of food on the floor or something. But anyway,
They do that all the time.
So Wit, you're mid-work right now, and you're goofing off.
Oh yeah. Well, we're not going to tell that I'm working right now because if my boss sees me, I work for the government.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. So
yeah.
we're not gonna say which branch of the government you work for, but let's just say there's three letters in there, and if anybody is saying anything you don't like, you might take a little peekaboo into their emails. I heard.
Wrong.
I mean, more like their social security accounts, but you know.
Well, Wit, what do you have to say to the beautiful 1,300 people listening? Whoa. Ooh.
Well, I had I know our last friend who called in was a recovering libertarian, and I've met quite a few. I have one friend still who's a libertarian and was very certain that Mom Donnie was going to crash the Democrats because he wasn't centrist enough. So I haven't heard back from her today, but
interesting. You should really like victory dance around. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I had some victory ramen earlier while watching, and we're celebrating today.
All right, Wit, please stay out of my private info. Love ya. Bye-bye.
First, the hot topic of the hour: Democrats sweep major elections across the country.
What are these like? I know it's just Meemaws and Peepaws watching Fox News, but there's all these segments. Look
First,
at
the hot topic of the hour:
Democrats that's the hot topic. This is the hot topic. Okay.
Major elections across the country last night, including in New York City's mayoral race and the governor's races in Virginia and New Jersey. Fox Business's Darren Botello is live this morning in Washington with what comes next. Darren.
Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Maria. So I think we can say right now the polling turned out to be pretty accurate for those high-profile elections all down the East Coast. Democrats winning from New York down to Virginia, starting with Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani besting Andrew Cuomo, running on his platform of tax the rich and free public transit. Over the river to New Jersey now, Democrat Mikey Sherrill, a former Navy helicopter pilot, securing her win over Republican Jack Ciattarelli. Then finally, going down to Virginia, Abigail Spanberger reclaiming the governor's mansion for Democrats over Winsome Earl Sears. Mamdani, of course, as you know, the most controversial of the races, with the 34-year-old ending for now, the Cuomo political dynasty, defeating former New York governor. So his 20-minute victory speech last night directly attacking the old political establishment, further pushing his far-left agenda and all but declaring war on President Trump.
If anyone can show a nation betrayed by Donald Trump how to defeat him, it is the city that gave rise to him. So Donald Trump.
That is, I mean, it is crazy that, like, you know, I guess it's Fox Business, so they're, you know, from what I understand, they're less openly insane. But that is crazy. Like, the far left, you know, CNN, everything that's not like, you know, an actual like independent commentary thing is like his radical Islamist agenda. his radical planes into buildings, you know, planes into buildings radical agenda.
Since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
And Mamdani, who's been facing questions over his anti-police stances and accusations of anti-Semitism, won the race pretty decisively, with that race being called Maria only 40 minutes after the polls closed. And decisively, with that race being called Maria only anti-Semitism, won. And Mamdani, who's been facing questions over his anti-police stances and accusations of anti-Semitism, won the race.
Yeah, from who? Right.
Pretty decisively, with that race being called Maria only 40 minutes
with
after the polls closed at 9 p.m. Maria?
Yeah, it was fast, Darren. Thanks very much.
With his questions about him being a bad guy, very bad guy, and a very scary guy, he still won.
Aaron Botelho joining us this morning. Your reaction. Emily, Adam, what does that mean?
Turn the volume up. That was the strangest thing I think I've ever heard because it makes no sense. I don't know what he's referring to. I tell you what does make sense. Here in New York, 1% of the population pays 48% of the income tax.
He's crazy, too. He's also crazy.
Capital goes where it's treated best. If he is going to pay for all these handouts by taxing the wealthy, people are going to leave. And it wouldn't take a lot to completely upset the balance of payments here in New York City because, again, 1%. You antagonize a quarter of that 1%, and it all implodes.
You know, before the election, we were talking about really how much power the mayor of New York really has to implement these things. Jeffries this morning on Wall Street out with a report telling their clients a couple of the things that he
Everybody, they're all going to move to, like, you know, middle of nowhere Iowa. These people, like Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly, who's, you know, whining and complaining about New York. I still got that Manhattan place. You know, we're leaving. If this guy loses, I'm leaving to a place where there's nothing to spend all my money on. You know?
he actually could do. Mamdani's proposals within mayoral authority include a broad latitude to advance policies affecting property owners and renewable energy and immigration, intensifying enforcement of housing codes, accelerating city fleet electrification.
That's so crazy if you think about it. Like the Megyn Kelly / whatever, all these people model of content. It's like, you know, I'm tricking people who live outside of cities or live in suburbs or whatever. I'm tricking them that the city, tricking them about the city and how much I hate it and how much I'm going to leave so that I can make more money to stay there because I love spending it on all this expensive crap in cities so much. It's like, how do you not go crazy like with that kind of lying? It's insane.
Enforcing sanctuary protections relies on the mayor's ability to issue executive orders. Emily.
Well, Mamdani's policies ultimately will fail if he's able to implement them. That already might be a failure there, but we know social policies fail no matter if he's able to implement them or not. And I want to point out that today, November 5th feels dramatically different from last November 5th when President Trump won the popular vote, won 7 swing states. Now we have an anti-American, anti-capitalist, anti-police candidate who just was elected to run the financial capital of the world, to run the largest police.
Anti-American. Anti-American is funny. It's like, yeah, you know. I mean, just on the surface, he ran in an American election and won. You know, he's anti-American. Anyway, there you go. I mean,
police force in the country.
Isn't Fox Business supposed to be less insane? I thought it was more. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Mamdani is going to be responsible for a
$100 billion
budget, 300,000 employees, and over 30,000 police officers. So I had to pit my stomach last night when I heard Times Square erupt in cheers and cars honking, and I wish the best for him.
Yeah, and you know there are things that he has.
Oh, wait, we got a Benny.
Well, we're here. Zohran Mamdani, the new mayor of New York, Abigail Span.
Wait, what do you mean we're here? Where are you? You look like you're in a Marriott. You look like you're in a Marriott with the lights off.
Well, we're here. Zohran Mamdani, the new mayor of New York, Abigail Spanberger, governor-elect of Virginia, Mikey Sherrill, in Miami, governor-elect in New Jersey.
Where are you? Where are you with that curtain in the background?
I'm out in Miami, ho.
Okay, and what are you there for?
Booty hole waxed down.
Okay, you got to go there to do that. Okay.
Through all the results, what it means for the country, and that shocking socialist speech from Zohran Mamdani last night.
This video's an hour long, by the way.
First,
you better get to it. I don't want to have to wade through a bunch of like ExpressVPN ads and crap. Just get to it.
Get to it. We don't always agree, actually. Friendly Fire is the show where Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles, Andrew Clavin, and I get together
to
disagree live for the entire internet to see and comment on what could possibly go wrong. Well, a new episode of Friendly Fire premieres in 2 weeks on Daily Wire Plus, and this time we're also going to world premiere the official trailer for the Pendragon Cycle: The Rise of the Merlin, only on Friendly Fire, November 19th, 7 p.m. Eastern.
No one wants to watch your stupid movies. Go ahead.
You did it. You really finally did it. You maniacs. You blew it up. Damn you. Well, I mean, the Statue of Liberty, we're in New York, and the Statue of Liberty is half buried in sand now, and Charlton Heston is just yelling at it. because of what New York City just decided to do, which was, by an overwhelming margin, actually, hand over the financial center of planet Earth to a Marxist pro-jihadist named Zohran Mamdani, who has never held a real job. And, you know, it's a bold...
You guys know, like, this guy's never held a real job. Neither, I mean, I guess we could say kind of Sliwa has, but Cuomo, his choice has not. Andrew Cuomo. So, you know, this is this guy's channel. It's just like a out-of-body experience for him every time he uploads.
Move Cotton. We'll see how it works out for them. According to the New York Times, Mamdani, riding a historic surge of enthusiasm as the nation's largest city, embraced a generational and...
How many views did he... 11,000. Okay, it's only 30 minutes. Is this guy... I mean, he has honestly been getting views, but it's just because it's people telling him to debate Nick Fuentes. So, I don't know if anybody's watching this crap anymore.
Well done, New York Times. Was elected in New York's 111th mayor.
Okay.
The results were evident very early on in the night. It took about 35 minutes for the AP to call the race.
Right.
Mamdani received 1.1 million people, I believe, voting for him. The turnout yesterday was extraordinarily high.
Yep.
His nearest competitor, Andrew Cuomo, who ran, at best, a somnambulant race, sleepwalking his way through the race. It seemed to be a sense of entitlement for Andrew Cuomo, running in the primaries and then running in the general. He was unable to win the race because of enthusiasm for Mamdani, yes, but also because of wild lack of enthusiasm for Andrew Cuomo, which was quite real. The anti-Mamdani vote was not enough to overcome the pro-Mamdani vote, given the shortcomings of the other candidates, ranging from Eric Adams to Curtis Sliwa.
Okay. Okay. That guy was just talking about how this guy, Cuomo, ran a sleepy campaign. This goddamn segment is putting me to sleep.
Mamdani's coalition, which we'll get to in a little bit here, was an
you
unusual coalition.
He's
not hiding ball. He intends on major change in America's financial center and the financial center of planet Earth. He intends a new system that is going to destroy capitalism. Will he actually be able to accomplish that? And there's some time. He's got 51 members of city council.
It's going to destroy capitalism. Okay. Okay. How so? Go ahead. What's wrong?
And the promises that he has made, our third grade run for school president promises free ice cream for everybody and homework was basically his campaign. If he said affordability over and over and over, and if he just threw out a bunch of random things he wanted to be able to do, then he would be elected mayor, and it worked. It worked.
Yeah. Like if you do government, people vote for you. Oh my God.
I live in a political era characterized on both sides by people accurately diagnosing problems and then not accurately diagnosing any solutions and saying, if you give me ultimate power, I will solve it for you. And it never works. And then we swivel to the other side, and then we swivel back to the first side. And that seems to be the cycle that we are in currently. I want to get more into Mamdani in a moment, but I first want to explain to you the rest of the news that happened last night. Abigail Spanberger also won in Mostly, he won't be able to get any of that stuff done. And then he will rail against the system, presumably. And that's, if he wants to win re-election, how he will win re-election. Nothing will change, but he'll rail against the system that didn't allow him to do all of the worst things. I can say that the number of people from whom I...
Right. Like, so, you know, basically people voted for them because they, you know, want they want the city to function in a way that's not like, you know, you're going to get evicted because your rent goes way up, you know, at the end of your lease. And people are like, hey, it would be nice to have somebody maybe working on that, help my ass out, you know. And then that's unable to happen because, like, you know, the real estate lobby, blah, 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 blah. Oh, he's not going to be able to get that done. So he's bad for that. Okay. Is that what you're saying, you idiot? What's this?
Oh.
Jesus H. Christ. I already talked to you. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here, man. See what we could talk to. We'll get back to Benny Chapeno. S? Your name begins with an S. That's all I know. What do you got to say? What do you got to say, sir? Okay.
I have received texts.
Oh, whoa, is this man?
Who run businesses in New York, openly talking.
Yes, it's you.
Oh, my God.
What's your problem?
Well, I'm calling. Well, my problem. Okay, well.
Let me ask you something, please.
My problem is yesterday when I was watching the race all the way from Australia, I had to go into class and teach a bunch of snotty teenagers when the results were coming in.
Oh, you had to teach these little brats who don't even appreciate it. You call them.
I'll just,
okay,
you know,
well,
and they would.
It sounds like your car door is opening. Okay.
Talking about moving their businesses is extraordinary.
Okay, yeah.
I am happy on a personal level to help facilitate the move of anyone who wants to get out of New York City.
And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna get your rapidly dwindling viewers to help people move? You gonna send your viewers over there to carry boxes onto a truck? Go ahead.
To Nashville or to Florida, to a zero tax state that is friendly to business.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
I think we're going to set up some sort of portal for people who want to do that.
Right. They're going to move. These fancy pantses are going to move from, you know, a city where they can go to, you know, the thousands of, like, Michelin or whatever the hell star restaurants. And, like, you know, there's an endless things to do to Boca Raton. Right, where the average age is 105, right?
Because Mamdani will make the business climate here disastrous.
Right.
Crime will go up.
Okay.
His proposals are foolish in the extreme.
Can't wait.
Already coming up, Zohran Mamdani makes a full mask-off Bane from The Dark Knight Rises speech.
Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait for commentary
on his victory. We'll get to all that in a moment. First, let's be blunt. Gold just hit $4,000 announced.
Okay, now are we
for the first time.
We're doing a gold ad right now.
I'm out in Miami, ho.
With my gold.
Booty hole waxed down. Ever. Currently, it's up 50% for the year. That's not speculation. That's just reality. If a portion of your savings isn't diversified into gold, you are, in fact, missing the boat.
Then I'm a
I recently
sicko.
re-upped with Birch Gold
I'm
like
an
a few months
idiot
back
then, right?
because, you know, I'm not super certain about where the economy is going. Inflation remains too high. The U.S. dollar is still
How
too
much of
weak.
this do we have
Government
to
debt
get?
and
There we
founders.
go.
Right? Typically, when you win, you tend to quote the founding ideals of the country. He doesn't even pay lip service to the founding ideals of the country.
Oh, then
In
go to
fact,
jail.
his entire
You should go
speech
to
is about
jail.
how America historically is trash, and how all of the fundamental principles of America are trash, and how he's
this is chatbot level stuff. I think maybe that's the problem. Like why this guy's losing his audience to, like, you know, goose stepping, you know, little kids on you know, whatever weird internet sites, like, because this is like a chatbot could do this. This is like, you know, Chat GPT. You could just put in, you know, you could program something to do.
He's here to change things on a radical, fundamental level. That was his entire speech yesterday. It's a deeply radical speech. The people that he quoted in the speech are Eugene V. Debs, a socialist candidate from the 1910s.
Oh, everybody hates that guy,
and
right?
Nehru, the socialist leader of the non-aligned India in the post-partition era.
No.
Those are the people he quoted.
Parade has the right.
There was no
to
Washington, there
exist.
was no Jefferson, there was no Lincoln.
No.
The only other person.
Oh my God. Imagine that. He didn't quote Lincoln. Oh no, I'm leaving.
He quoted mainly because he really hates Andrew Cuomo and wanted to stab him. Is at one point he quoted Mario Cuomo, Andrew's father.
Yep.
Those are the people he quoted.
Great.
That is not a coincidence. So I'm going to go through the speech in a little bit of detail because it shows you.
Somebody in the chat put, Americans can only think in comic book movies. Why? Right. Yeah, like, his brain went right to Bane in the, you know, a Batman movie. Okay, great. That's my reference point for, like, you know, a revolutionary thing.
Where the vanguard of the Democratic Party, the progressive wing of the Democrat, where they think we are and how much they truly, truly despise status quo of America and America historically. So here he was leading off with a quote from, again, a socialist, Eugene V. Debs.
Yeah, like Bernard Saunders has talked about, I mean, you know, this is, you know, there's nothing to say about this.
Thank you, my friends.
Goofy. It's a pretty good speech. Like, political speeches, generally, who cares, you know, but,
the sun may have set
better than average,
over our
obviously.
city this evening. But as Eugene Debs once said, I can see the dawn of a better day for humanity.
Okay, so
you get a little feedback there.
Yeah, a little feedback in my earpiece.
Okay, go
a
ahead.
dawn for a better day for humanity. Again, there's that Marxist language right off the bat. So Barack Obama also had this transformational language as though the hearts of man were going to be changed, like the prophets. We're going to remove the heart of stone and replace it with the heart of flesh. Okay, this has always been the Marxist idea. The Marxist idea is that humanity is fundamentally changeable if you change the economic system.
Oh, yeah.
The sort of religious, traditional, biblical idea is that, nope, humanity is what humanity is. Humanity is what humanity was. Right. Humanity does not fundamentally change. You can change yourself if you take on certain actions.
That's why we should go back to feudalism, actually.
Or if you accept certain things into your life. But humanity itself is not changing. The Marxist idea is that all the evils of humanity are created by the economic system, and so if you change your systems, then...
What does he think sounds like Marxist language? Hold on.
But as Eugene Debs once said...
I heard of him.
I can...
But as Eugene Debs once said...
Toilet.
Sorry. As Eugene Debs once said...
Cut your meat.
See the dawn of a better day for humanity.
Okay, so a dawn for a better day for humanity. Again,
wait, I got one more Eugene Debs quote. As Eugene Debs once said,
every parade has the right to exist.
Okay, that's enough.
And there's that Marxist language right off the bat. So Barack Obama also had this transformational language as though the hearts of man were going to be changed, like the prophets. We're going to remove the heart of stone and replace it with the heart of flesh.
Right.
Okay, this has always been the Marxist idea. The Marxist idea...
I don't remember that. I don't remember reading that. We have a special guest who will remain off camera. If you have any questions. How do you feel about this? It's a post-election situation. How do you feel about this? Guest? Unnamed guest?
I haven't been excited by electoral politics in a long time, and it's nice to have like a nice moment in the city, I guess.
You think people should just like have a good time, enjoy this moment?
I don't know if people should just do that, but people should also do that.
Should they just do that and not show up to work?
Should they just do that and nothing else?
Yeah,
I don't
nothing
know.
else. Yeah.
I don't know. There's still a genocide going on, but I think it's very positive, and I think it shows that the people really want change. And
if someone were to ask you a question,
I don't have headphones. I can't hear it.
Oh right. Well, I could. Let me see. Does anybody have a question for the masked guest?
Masked
guest. Somebody says smoke crack.
Is that a question? The answer is no.
Okay, so that's
crack is whack.
That's a letdown.
Crack down on crack, as our fallen angel, fallen guardian angel, Curtis Lewa might say.
You know what? We were doing like a masked thing here. Somebody already guessed. They asked if you're the ghost.
Wow, you got me.
You got
me. I'm the fallen guardian angel.
That's the fallen guardian angel. Well, thank you so much for protecting the streets of New York City.
You're welcome.
We're sorry that you passed away.
No, that's okay. I think I did what I had to do. Oh.
From what I remember, you just wandered into the street and got hit by a truck, though. You didn't pass away in the line of duty.
Yeah, I was just kind of drunk.
You're just sort of a drunken idiot.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But my leader Curtis, he did what he had to do.
Okay.
He successfully spoiled the election, so thank you to him.
Curtis, King. Curtis, thank you. Thank you for the help. He is a true king. Thank you for joining us. The Ghost. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Ghost. Boo. All right,
is that humanity is fundamentally changeable if you change the economic system. The sort of religious, traditional, biblical idea is that, nope, humanity is what humanity is. Humanity is what humanity was. Humanity does not fundamentally...
Like, what are you talking about?
You think Margot Robbie takes a dump?
That's what this guy should be talking about.
You think Margot Robbie takes a dump?
Because this kind of repeating this meaningless crap is getting a little boring, I think, even to his audience.
Oh, this humanity is the way it is, and
change. You can change yourself if you take on certain actions or if you accept certain things into your life.
Right.
But humanity itself is not changing.
Right.
The Marxist idea is that all the evils of humanity are created by the economic system.
The fossil fuel industry and anybody who will give me money is good. And that's it.
And so, if you change your systems, then there'll be a better day for humanity.
Right.
Not just for New York, but like humans will change. Okay, he then continues by posing a false dichotomy in which he suggests that the wealthy and powerful in New York have been controlling.
By the way, this is like a made up crap. Like he does this a lot. I mean, like, I don't know what the hell point he's even trying to make here, but there actually is a thing if this guy would, you know, take a little initiative. These people are lazy. These, like, propagandists, they are, like, real lazy bastards, like, honestly. Because, like, you know, if you actually read some of this stuff, there was a lot, you know, like, there was a lot of, like, look, basically, you know, what we're trying to do is get people up the pyramid of human needs. Like, you know, you're still gonna have challenges if life is easier in the basic economic sense. You're still gonna, like, we're still humans, you know, it's still gonna be challenging. But I can't remember what the exact quote is, but it's something like stop focusing, we'd be able to stop focusing on the animal needs and start focusing on the human ones, and it would still be difficult and challenging, you know. It's, I mean, like, honestly, stuff like that is more interesting, and really, like, a lot of this crap that we watch, including, you know, CNN and MSNBC, it's just meant to be boring and, like, make people stupider so that they can't ask these interesting questions that like, everybody's interested in that. Like, what if my life were a little bit freer? I didn't have to worry about, like, just such basic crap all the time. And I could actually, like, live a life doing something, like, spend my time doing something, like, meaningful and interesting. You know? That's the whole point, I think, is to keep people from asking that obviously interesting question about, like, the you know, basically the Star Trek future question. But let's listen to a little more to this goofball.
I just have a question for a moment. Just one question. The mayor of New York was Bill de Blasio, who was basically a communist not very long ago. Eric Adams can hardly be said to be a scion of Milton Friedman or Frederick von Hayek. New York City has not been the preserve of the dominant elite financial class in terms of governance for quite a while here. And in fact, the history of New York City is very much a sort of class warfare zone. The 60s and 70s, under, for example, John Lindsay, they turned into a class warfare zone. That's just a reality.
Right.
So Zohran Mamdani is saying something deeply ahistorical and also untrue, and it is all about this idea that there is some sort of perverse, manipulative class that is interested in stealing money from the pockets of the working folks.
I mean, you're talking about, I mean, a guy who this guy probably thinks is super cool, Bill Ackman. I mean, what they did a breakdown of this, like Bill Ackman, Bloomberg, a bunch of creeps spent a massive amount of money to try to, like, prevent this guy from winning.
This guy's like, oh, they're making up that there's some conspiracy to spend money to get what
these people want. No, that literally, we have, like, the numbers on that. But anyway, there we go. That's our foremost moron, and many of our foremost morons. But we do have a pretty interesting people here, you know, in New York City are pretty excited about this, and that's cool. I agree with the Ghost on that. That, you know, no matter what happens, people should, you know, it's exciting. It's exciting. It's great. But I love it, guys. Maybe we'll watch one more. Let's watch one more.
The story comes up financial.
Let's watch one more PB of his coverage of this.
Times. Miami realtors pitch safe spaces for millionaires fleeing Mamdani's New York. I'm coming to you with this one,
right.
Bob.
Which they're not.
So if you want to pull up this video, Rob, I think you got a video on this one here.
Ackman. Hold on. I think we got it. Let's see.
Why wouldn't he condemn Hamas?
Okay.
Andrew Cuomo is a creep.
Anything else?
Ackman is a jerk.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Thanks. He's probably a breakout star of this thing, too. Curtis Lewa and the Guardian Angels. Okay, go ahead.
Let me go to this one. I'll read it, and then we can turn over to the video. So, a few days before mayoral election, luxury real estate developers Isaac Toledano joked that a lot of Floridians are going to give Mamdani an award for being the best broker of the year. Toledano is one of several Miami-based developers hoping to cash in on what they anticipate will be an influx of high net worth New Yorkers escaping to the Sunshine State if Democratic Socialist Mamdani wins the city's mayoral race this week. Fears that Mamdani's left-wing policies will drive the wealthy. Rob, you have a video on this one?
Right, right. I'm like a multi-millionaire, billionaire, whatever the hell. Is this, is this what the rich people are going to flee? I'm going to go from, what everybody knows is the quote-unquote greatest city, the place where, really the only place where you can, most of them want to spend that kind of money.
Believe
go to Miami.
Fear that Mamdani's
they're going to go to Miami, where literally, people who have not spent time in Miami, there's maybe a couple miles of Miami that are livable that you would want to be, that they, especially if you're some kind of millionaire, that you would actually want to spend time. It's the beach. It's basically the beach and maybe a little bit of downtown. And the rest is just suburbs and crap. Okay,
so the wealthy New Yorkers have circulated since the 34-year politician unexpectedly clinched a Democratic primary. Billionaire hedge fund manager Bill Ackman, who has poured cash into opposing Mamdani.
Yeah, somebody says, Miami is great. I would love to live in a condo that is actively sinking into the ocean.
Mamdani's campaign predicted an exodus of companies and individuals to New York. Go ahead, Rob.
All new at 6.
You know what, though? It'd be cool that Mamdani should do is put Sliwa in charge. He should be the ambassador of hats. Cool hats for the city.
Here in South Florida have their eyes on the race for mayor in New York City.
That was an interesting point. South Florida realtors say they've been contacted by New Yorkers already looking to move to the
realtors are saying crap.
Sunshine State if self-described Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani is elected mayor of New York City. CBS News Miami's Bree Buckley looks into it.
Amazing.
A lot of people are worried.
Isaac Toledano is the CEO and founder of BH Group Miami.
Get back to the
Zohran Mamdani is elected mayor that crime will rise as well as taxes. He campaigned to lower the cost of living for the working class, proposing a rent freeze and free bus service, partially funded by raising taxes 2% for top earners. Mamdani has been leading the polls against Republican
because it's official now. So what do you think? You think it's going to be a big net positive for South Florida and real estate?
I think it will have an influence because of the two things that they were mentioned there. One is obviously taxes.
Who the hell? This is one of these Tim Pool type guests where you're was this guy just wandering outside the building and now he's on your show? Okay.
Do have an impact. We know that, right? In Florida,
who is this guy?
Zero state income tax. And then when you look at the crime, you talked about it earlier. If crime rises and if there's extraordinarily lenient laws towards criminals and you invite more criminals in because of that incentive, there's only so much that people could take because you worry about your safety.
You would invite more criminals in. This is old-timey. They should do those old-timey political cartoons where it's there's a guy with a stick and it says crime on it. It has the little label crime and he's going into New York City. And then it says Mamdani's policy, whatever on the bottom. That's what this feels like, just old-timey, dumb crap. Okay, go ahead.
I think that could be those two items could be big influencers. And if you have people move down here, right now we have a bit more supply in Florida. So I don't think it would have a big influence on prices immediately. I think it would just stabilize things, maybe some modest gains. But if the trend continued, it could push prices higher here. There's also a lot of development too, so we have to weigh the two against each other.
Tom, what do you think?
So, well, I think there's two things. There's the emotional response in the surveys you see now, and then there's the reality of it. And the reality of it is that
Let's cut to
what
Tom's
he's
haircut.
doing.
Tom's haircut should have its own separate mic. Okay.
Is going to have an immediate economic impact on New York. The taxes are coming, things are happening. He's really doing things. So it's not just the guy got elected that I don't like. Okay, and he's stalemated because the city council's over here and these guys are over here, and then they get stalemated, just like a president gets stuck. So nothing really changes in your life yet. But what he's talking about.
Somebody in the chat says, "Let's go to the chart." Yeah, get the emotions chart up. So how do you feel? Let me ask you this. So how do you feel? Mom Donnie one, we've been going on here trying to get our audience all worked up about this. How do you guys feel? Let's go to the chart. It says a bunch of stuff on there. Reflective. Every time he brings up the chart, they just say upset. It's always the same. Patrick Bet David always brings up, he's like, we really got to figure out where you guys are, Vinny, Tom, on the emotions chart. And they're always just like, I'm mad, I guess.
Is about to change. And I think when people see what's coming to New York and people see the tax rates and they feel the change and they see the businesses that did move out. Remember, elections swing on 4 points in the middle.
Okay, you're being very boring,
right
Tom.
now, there's a swing that's going to happen and people are going to feel it. So I think they're going to be going. Now, is it going to be like we saw from, and remember, we've seen the story. We saw it in the stats from U-Haul. U-Haul that was paying college students, I think it was $2,000 for 2 college students to drive a U-Haul from Dallas back to California during spring break. They were saying, hey, spring break job from U-Haul, because they had too many trucks that had come to Texas.
What? These little anecdotes. Oh, there were 2 college students, and they drove a U-Haul. Okay, what the hell could I possibly take from you're talking about macroeconomic crap or people, the financing of a city. Oh, they heard this thing? Twitter? He's their economics guy, by the way. I heard this thing on Twitter, but 2 kids from spring break. I went on a U-Haul. Okay, great, Tom. Amazing.
And so when you start seeing that, I think it's going to be very, very real. But I think he's going to start doing things on day one. He can't wait, and that, along with that's who is left. That's why I think you're going to see that first wave come, and they're going to come down here. But back to Barry's point, a very good point. I want them come down here with your roofing business. Come down here with your heating, air conditioning business. We have a shortage. Come down here with your home services businesses. We have shortages. Come down here with your window retrofit businesses. We have shortages of people available to.
What? Come down here with your window retrofit. Why are all his business examples like stuff like is Tom remodeling his home in Fort Lauderdale? Hey, come down here with your den for guys with the funny haircuts business. Come down here with it. Do you do flat top haircuts from the 50s? Come down to here. It's just like stuff that he was just thinking about. Hey, do you want to put an extension on your house that you're gonna set up a podcast because you're on a podcast of a guy that he kicks it over to you? Come down to Florida. Why are his business examples so specific? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, maybe he's kind of making the point. It's like, yeah, no, there's a ton of that crap already. It's people who, want access to the endless crap to do in New York City. Okay,
to do those jobs and find affordable housing outside the city areas for your people. That's what I want. Right. I think they're going to move. I think it's going to move because he's really going to do stuff.
Yeah,
I think the safety issue is a big one. That's a big one.
Here's a clip of him talking about letting out prisoners. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay. Oftentimes, we've even found as legislators, when we go into these courts, the term violent crime is even used when people are stealing packages. Violent crime is even used when people are accused of burglary and there happens to be a housing unit in that same dwelling. So violence is an artificial construction. Right. And we have to be very clear that what is happening here with these district attorneys, that is violence.
So the guy...
violence of the highest...
No, Tom,
so
shut
the
up.
guy that broke into your...
Tom, shut the hell up, man.
House, a home invasion to rob you, that's artificial.
Yeah, that's why I mean the safety issue.
I love it. Great, Tom. Let's hear Tom again.
Artificial.
Yeah.
Whoa, Tom, calm down, man. Great. It's great. I don't know. It's like, I mean, if anybody, you know, there is a good book. I think I'm gonna. I don't know if I already did like a little book report on it, but there's a pretty good book called Propaganda, where it's like, you know, like people don't really understand like the truth about like policing and stuff, and this stuff, you know, like that's what it is. It is just like they love propaganda, like they've been probably hearing it their whole lives, but it's also like, you know, I mean, I guess that's kind of their job to repeat this kind of stuff. But yeah, like the guys up there talking about how like a lot of this stuff is like, I don't think electoral politics as the ghost, you know, as the ghost was expressing, I don't think the electoral politics is really like the main leverage point, you know, or maybe even like the most like convincing one. But you know, he is right about that, like violent crime being thrown in with like crimes of like economic desperation is like, yeah, you're missing the point. But you are revealing the truth, you know, which is that it's like, yeah, if you know, like just like with Benny Shapiro, what he was saying, if people's lives are so desperate that it's like it's so hard to get by, especially like in an expensive city, and you're not focusing on that. Instead, you're just throwing people's asses in jail. Yeah, there's something wrong with that. That's wrong. That's not a solution. And that's the main thing about that, like in that propaganda book that's shocking to people who don't know about it, is that police are not, they don't do anything to like lower the crime rate. You know, like if people are, you know, stealing because or whatever, you know, hopping on the subway because they're not making enough money, that's a problem that's going to keep happening. You know, and you could try to use police as a band-aid. It's not going to work. It's pretty, like, well documented. But anyway, there we go, guys. There we go. Another one. An absolute fire, another one. An absolute beautiful fire, another one. For one day. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are doing good, and always remember,
Ackman is a jerk.
Let's friggin' go. Mithun Kalan in the chat says, let's friggin' go. Let's friggin' go. Let's friggin'
toilet.
Let's friggin'
cut your meat.
Love you guys. Did I say have a good week? It's not the weekend. I usually stream on the weekend. Maybe that's what happened. But love you guys. Have a good Wednesday. For one day. For one day. Kind of an interesting stream here. Hope you have a good one. Don't forget to
cut your meat.
Don't forget to give I just want to give a shout out to
Paul Davidson
and
Deshaun Parker.
Huh? Talk to you guys tomorrow. If you're a patron, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, one final announcement. I have a merch store now. Videosaren'treal.com. Check that out.
Wrong. Let me ask you something, please. Do you
like merch? Check out videosaren'treal.com. Got some cool, you're gonna do drops on there. Well, love you guys. You know what? We'll do what Sam does. We'll read a few IMs, then we'll get the hell out of here. I just got back from work and seeing this. That's like Joe Rogan's comments. Hey, I just got back from work. I'm definitely a human. I just got back from work. I'm definitely a real person. Love to see you, Joe. Let's friggin' go. A lot of people are saying, what the F? I just joined. Sorry, man. You're gonna make teddy bears. Are you gonna make teddy bears that make sounds? Oh, that's a good idea. You know, when I was a kid, this was a thing for kids, you know, people of my age when they were kids, is I had one of those Pee Wee Herman talking dolls. You like pull a string and he would be like, whatever the hell. And I left it out in the sun, and his voice totally warped. So he was like it was like going all fast. And then it just started going off at random. So I would be like a little kid, you know, in my bedroom, and this thing would just start high-pitched squealing, like, you know, at like 2 in the morning. So I think that might have caused some severe psychological problems for sure. That might be why I talking to a camera to myself, you know, this weird a little kid and this thing's going at 2 in the morning. Our final comments, I call them comments of the day here. Let's see if we got something good. Let's freaking go with these comments. Are you gonna make an RM Brown in a diaper? Oh, like a little doll? Yeah, maybe I'll make some dolls. Maybe we could make a Glenn Greenwald doll. And it says, you know, he'll have a little shirt that says, "Let me ask you something, please," on it. Maybe we could do "Let me ask you something, please," like Guardian Angel red sport jackets. All right. Well, guys, that's what we got. Love ya. Talk to you later. Congratulations to
Deshaun Parker
and
Paul Davidson
on this victory in New York City. I was in New York City. I am in New York City, and I saw this announcement. People were very excited. I was in a bar. I was doing this. People were very excited. So, congratulations to New York City. We'll see what happens. We'll be keeping an eye on it. Love you guys. Bye-bye.